to Studio 42.
I've told the story 1,000 times on how that game ended, and it left a pretty sick feeling. So great to have another opportunity to make the playoffs, and obviously this adds a little extra to it from last year.
And we lost some last year, so it's always good to kind of get that win back under your belt. But it's also good because from now on, it's if you lose, you go home. So every win's a good win from now on.
Lacrosse is just going to tuck it and run. Near side got a big gaping hole, and he's on his way to a 24-yard touchdown to open the scoring here. And here's a pass that's going to be intercepted by Summers.
Studio 42 football is brought to you by
Circle Star Quick Lube of Leonard, 360 Broadband,
MTE Fence.
And here's LeCook in trouble again. He's going to bounce it out, finds a seam, breaks through a tackle, breaks through 2 tackles, being chased down. Breaks another tackle at the 15, breaks 2 more tackles inside the 5, and it is a 40-yard touchdown by LeCook, who broke about 7 tackles.
Just like you drew it up.
Cuts it up the middle. He's got first down and more. He's off to the races. This is a foot race. He's off to the 30, the 20, the 10. Kiss him goodbye. Touchdown time in Texas.
It's really the line. When you have 4 cut blocks that leave 4 linemen on the ground, I mean, that's easy work. That's a 75-yarder all day long.
And with that, Justin White, it is football time in Texas 2025 style.
Now let's open the tailgate party and join Monty Walker.
Since November of last year, the Leonard Tigers have targeted this date, this moment. It's an old-fashioned playoff rematch of last year's first-round matchup with Scurry Rosser. The Leonard Tigers, led by their hopeful district MVP Jacoby LeCook and his 1,974 passing yards and his 1,357 rushing yards, look to advance beyond the first round in 2025. In their way are the streaking Scurry Rosser Wildcats, who have won 4 of their last 5 ball games and are doing so by scoring 46 points per game during that stretch. It's the number 3 seed Leonard from District 7 versus the District 8 runner-up Scurry Rosser. It's do or die time, and it's playoff time in Texas.
You're listening to Studio 42 Tailgate Party.
Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you to stop by Circle Star Quick Lube or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at circlestarquicklubeandtire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube.
If your home or business could talk, what would it say? It may say it would like some privacy or security. Enjoy the beauty and durability of quality fencing from MTE Fence. MTE Fence is a local company specializing in commercial and residential fencing. MTE Fence ranges from wood, aluminum, and chain link fencing. MTE Fence services all of Grayson County and surrounding areas. Go to mtefence.com or call 903-686-9039 for an estimate. MTE Fence has a passion for connection. We are your connection for quality.
At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers. We're joined now with Leonard Tiger head coach Justin Dozier. When the final buzzer sounded a year ago in Roy City with the loss to Scurry Rosser, how soon was this week on your mind?
Pretty quick, right after the buzzer went off. Obviously we had a long off season, and then a great summer, and then obviously, once the season gets rolling, you're preparing week to week on your opponent. But I've told the story 1,000 times on how that game ended, and it left a pretty sick feeling. So great to have another opportunity to make the playoffs, and obviously this adds a little extra to it from last year.
You have what many think is the District 7 3A MVP in quarterback Jacoby LeCook. How special is he to this team and this program overall?
He's a very special athlete to have a opportunity to coach every day. Not only his athleticism, but just as a person. His work ethic is second to none. You know, I've been fortunate to coach a lot of really good football players in my career, and he's right there up at the top of the list as far as his preparation, his work ethic, his attitude towards the game. He just absolutely eats it up. Everything that goes with it, as far as the preparation, lifting weights, training. You know, he puts a lot of time. And there's a reason why he's been successful, is because he's dedicated a lot of time and preparation to put himself in position to be successful.
Last year, this game was in Royce City. This year in Rockwall. How did the stadium location come about?
Well, we were looking for a stadium to find that was hosting a playoff game, and there was some other stadiums that we were looking at that weren't available, and Rockwall was available after the Rockwall Heath and Forney game, so we decided to take it up as fast as we could so we could nail down a location.
This is your fourth year in Leonard. What type of community have you found this to be?
It's a great community. You know, there's some really, really good people in this community. A lot of support. You know, athletics is important across the board at every level. And so we're just trying to continue to build day by day and year by year, you know, just the athletic program in general to be successful on and off the field.
Scurry roster shows several formations, much like Callisburg that we saw. They'll go into a two-tight, three-back set and then drop back in the gun with two slots, two wides. How do you prepare a team for that multi-look like that?
You know, our defensive staff does a good job of identifying their personnel. You know, they're as far as offensively, they're kind of similar to us as far as different formations and stuff like that. The only difference is we like to keep the same personnel on the field, whereas what they do is they change personnel depending on kind of what they want to do. So that helps us out. You know, when you see that personnel change, then we have a pretty good idea of kind of what they're, you know, going to get into offensive formation wise offensively, so that helps, and we try and do our best to educate our players, because it really doesn't matter what the coaches know as long as, you know, it all depends on what the players know. So we do our best to try and educate our players and knowing their personnel as well.
Right before you take the field, what's going to be your message to the team?
We talk about it all the time, just doing your job, you know, whatever phase is out there, you know, offense, defense, kicking game. Don't worry about trying to take up for somebody else. If you do your job and all 11 guys are on the same page, I like our chances. And so, you know, we talk about controlling their attitude and their effort and just doing your job to the best of your ability, mentally and physically.
That's Leonard head coach Justin Dozier. We'll be right back. Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you by Circle Star Quick Lube, or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at circlestarquicklubeandtire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube.
If your home or business could talk, what would it say? It may say it would like some privacy or security. Enjoy the beauty and durability of quality fencing from MTE Fence. MTE Fence is a local company specializing in commercial and residential fencing. MTE Fence ranges from wood, aluminum, and chain link fencing. MTE Fence services all of Grayson County and surrounding areas. Go to mtefence.com or call 903-686-9039 for an estimate. MTE Fence has a passion for connection. We are your connection for quality.
At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers. I'm here with the quarterback, Jacoby LeCook of the Leonard Tigers. Big playoff rematch. How exciting is this for you?
It's really exciting. Making it to the playoffs, it's always great. It's always great to make it with your friends. So it's exciting to keep playing.
Offensively, you do it all. I think 1,900 yards passing, 1,300 yards rushing. Any pressure there?
There's a little bit of pressure, but not much. You start to get used to it once you've been playing quarterback for a while.
You've got 4 years under your belt on this varsity thing. How big of a win would this be to walk off Friday night with that victory in Rockwall?
It'd be a great win. I mean, we lost some last year, so it's always good to kind of get that win back under your belt. But it's also good because from now on, if you lose, you go home. So every win's a good one from now on.
What can you exploit from the Scurry roster defense?
I think most of our quick game is going to work pretty well against them because I assume they're going to stick some in the box because that's what we've seen from most teams. So our quick game and passing game is going to really help us out this week.
What do you prefer, running or passing?
Well, running just comes easier, but yeah, running.
That's Leonard Tiger quarterback Jacoby LeCook. When we come back, it'll be football time in Texas. Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you to stop by Circle Star Quick Lube or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at CircleStarQuickLubeandTire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube.
If your home or business could talk, what would it say? It may say it would like some privacy or security. Enjoy the beauty and durability of quality fencing from MTE Fence. MTE Fence is a local company specializing in commercial and residential fencing. MTE Fence ranges from wood, aluminum, and chain link fencing. MTE Fence services all of Grayson County and surrounding areas. Go to mtefence.com or call 903-686-9039 for an estimate. MTE Fence has a passion for connection. We are your connection for quality.
At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers.
You've been listening to Studio 42 Tailgate Party. Football time in Texas is just moments away. Now, with the call of the game, here's Monty Walker.
Good evening and welcome. Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. Monty Walker along with Ed Meacham, and right now we're running in mono, and I'm not sure, and we'll fix that, but this ought to be a great game. Ed Meacham.
How about that?
Ed Meacham.
The band is back together.
The band.
I even brought back the old shirt that you and I had 16 years ago.
And you still fit in it.
It fits, but I got new parts. I got gray hair, but you know what? We're back together. Loving it.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute, but
it has.
But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Good crowd showing up here at Wilkerson Sanders Stadium in Rockwall, Texas, the home of the Rockwall Jackets and Rockwall Heath Hawks. So, big stadium means we're way up high. We're on the 4th level, and that's never good for Mr. Magoo.
Well, the blood pressure goes up a little bit, too.
It does.
Altitude's a little bit here, but the young 19-year-old, your son Malin, he can handle it, so we'll be okay.
Yeah, Malin's going to be down on the field giving us the field conditions and all of that here in just a moment. We'll check down with him. Right now, let's go over the starting lineups for each team. The Leonard Tigers, let's start there on offense. Kelton Baker will start up front at the left tackle. He's a senior. The left guard is Gavin Stone, a junior. The center is Tucker Martin, a senior. The right guard is Houston Beebe, a junior, and his father was on the Howe coaching staff several years ago. He's over here in Leonard now. The right tackle, Tate Martin, is a senior. Your wideouts tonight will be Justin Foster, a junior. He has 18 receptions for 291 yards and 2 touchdowns on the season. That's a 16.2 yards per catch. On the other side will be junior Blaze Kincaid, 32 catches, 387 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He averages 12.1 per catch. Your leading receiver on the Leonard Tigers offense is Zaylen Summers. He's got 57 catches for 871 yards and 8 touchdowns. He's also rushed 8 times for 63 yards and a touchdown. He averages 13.7 yards per catch. Slot, you'll see him in the backfield. You'll see him at the slot. Senior Luke Weimer, 20 catches for 181 yards and a touchdown. That's a 9.1 average. He's also rushed 21 times for 34 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then you'll have an H-back come in, which is Alan Cass, a senior. No rushes, but he's caught 15 balls for 287 yards, and that's 19.1 yards per catch. That's your Leonard Tiger offense. Ed, I'll let you give the Scurry Rosser defense.
Yeah, the guys up front, the big boys up front, starting with that DN. Colton Smith will be shoring up that first edge, and followed by the interior guy Levi Taylor, and also D-tackle is Nolan DeFuente, and then the other DN on the corner shoring up that edge is Nash Ferguson. The linebackers, Micaiah Williams, Logan Mullins, Corbin Horde, and the guys in the defensive backfield. It should be a pretty busy night for those fellas. Chandler Bridges is the corner, then the safeties are Draper, Manos, and the other corner's Peavy.
There is one young man that I failed to mention in the starting offense for Leonard. And how in the world could I do that?
I can't imagine. It sounds like something in the kitchen.
His name is Jacoby LeCook, and he is the senior quarterback, and he is the Leonard Tigers.
No question about it. The offense, 94% of the offense runs through his hands.
151 out of 237 on the season. That's a 63.7 completion percentage. 10 interceptions and 1,974 yards through the air, 16 passing touchdowns. Oh, but wait a minute. He's also rushed 107 times for 1,357 yards and 22 touchdowns. That's a 12.7 yards per carry average. And we've seen Leonard before. We did the Howe and Leonard game about a month ago, where he rushed for 5 touchdowns and 300 yards in that contest.
Unbelievable.
Let's go over the Denison. I got Ed up here.
I know, I'm confusing you.
Let's go over the defense for the Leonard Tigers, who were 6-4, went 4-2 in district play. Up front will be Lath Reynolds, an outside linebacker. He's a senior. Defensive tackle Dallas Massey. He's a junior. The nose tackle Houston Beebe. He's a junior as well. And then Kelton Baker, the senior at defensive tackle. The outside linebacker Alan Cass is a senior. Your linebackers, inside linebackers, will be Jaden Bush. He's a sophomore. And Tate Martin, he's a senior. Now you'll be without your initial starting at linebackers, as R.W. Damesworth is out for the remainder of the season. He's a junior. And linebacker Daniel Estello also will not play tonight. He's a senior. Your cornerbacks, Luke Weimer, a junior, and Zaylen Summers. He can fly. He's a senior. And your safeties tonight will be senior Jacoby LeCook, who you'll hear a massive amount of times tonight, and also Blaze Kincaid, the junior. That's your starting defense for the Leonard Tigers.
Let's take a look at this Scurry offense. Hey, guys, listen, they had a nice run at the end of the season in district. 4-1 in this district. Don't let that 4-6 record fool you. Now, they like to do a lot of multiple sets. They'll open the field a lot with the receivers. They'll widen the field. They'll bring the backfield in. So there's a lot of motion and trying to get those defenses sleeping a little bit and changing in personnel. But it all starts with the quarterback, Eli Hutchins, the QB, and then the backfield, you've got Yezitz, Williams, and Ferguson is the H. You'll see a lot of that. This young man will be in the slot. He'll line up at tight end. They'll put him in the backfield. Wideouts is Landon Draper and Caleb Peavy. You're going to hear some familiar names. Of course, at this classification, these players, some were asked to do double duty on the offensive and the defensive side. And then, of course, up front, you've got Pruitt, De La Fonte, Stewart, Taylor, and Smith.
You talked about everything running through Hutchins. 70 out of 128, 6 interceptions, 865 yards and 13 touchdowns. He's also rushed 48 times for 120 yards. Your halfback Williams has rushed 147 times for 1,027 yards and 8 touchdowns. He's also caught 14 balls for 101 and 1 touchdown. So he averages 7 yards per carry. At times you'll also see Logan Mullins come in at that H-back. So I'm expecting a really good football game
I think
tonight.
so, too. You're going to see a lot of offense here. Of course, LeCook is the featured guy. He's going to light it up on the ground as well in the air. Hey, listen, he does a lot with his legs, but he also does an awful lot in the air as well.
Let's check down on the field with Malin Walker and get the weather and all of that good stuff. Malin, what do you got for us?
Well, for the weather today, we're going to have low 70s throughout the ball game. Wind will not be a factor in this game. It'll be 10 miles an hour, nice and breezy. Gusts up to 20 miles an hour. What's interesting about why I say wind's not a factor is that this stadium runs from end zone to end zone, northwest to southeast. And with the giant monolith that is the home side press box, it's acting as a wind block. So wind's really not getting down here as much. So wind won't be a factor. Another thing to note is that this ball game is getting started squarely at night. It is playoff football. There is no light here, and we're going to have a fun time here tonight.
A mono what?
A monolith.
College kids. I got to call my 6-year-old grandson to get some clarification.
Yeah, you know, he did that last year to us, and we had to say, what is that word? He goes, yeah, I'm in college now. I got to show off my college vocabulary.
Well, to his point, we're looking at Old Glory before we get to national anthem, and that is still. And so, yeah, the wind conditions are definitely favorable, especially if you want to put the ball up in the air.
So, Scurry roster will be in all white tonight. White pants, white tops, white helmets with green numerals. And on the flip side, the Leonard Tigers, new blue jerseys with white numbers, white helmets and white pants. First time that combination for 2025 for the Leonard Tigers. And we've got about 7 minutes till kickoff. The Leonard Tigers are entering the tunnel, and so are the Scurry Rosser Wildcats. Leonard 6-4 on the year, come out of District 7 3A Division II, 4-2 during district play. And if Leonard were able to win this football game, they will play either early or holiday. Here comes Leonard out of the tunnel. Loud crowd here in Rockwall, Texas. As we understand it, if Holiday wins, the game will be in Denton Collins Stadium on Thursday night. If Early upsets Holiday, and who knows whether that should be termed upset or not because they're actually the higher seed. But if Early wins, Leonard will play Friday in Alvarado. That's not official, but that's what we hear. And now Scurry Rosser comes through their tunnel. Again, all white jerseys, white pants, white tops. The officials are getting the captains ready to make their way onto the field. We will not be able to have a coin toss tonight. Our sideline mic works great on the track, but will not go past that as it stands right now. But maybe during the postgame we'll work that out. We're way up here high in the booth.
It is, and it's it's been a couple of years, so pardon me if we got to knock off a little bit of the rust. But I think we'll fall right back into place.
I think it'll be a quick sink.
I think so. If you're looking at the jerseys, it's got the old New York Jets playing the Baltimore Colts. You've got that old throwback style. Yeah. It kind of warms my heart to see that. But this should be a dandy tonight, guys. Hang in there. It's going to be a good aerial attack. It's going to be a fun contest.
Leonard captains are going to be Tucker Martin, Alan Cass, Zayden Summers, and Jacoby LeCook. And on the far side, it appears for Scurry Rosser, it'll be Caleb Peavy Colton Smith, Nash Ferguson, and Levi Taylor. Those are your captains for both sides tonight. The officials are having a conversation with Leonard right now, and now are shaking hands with each captain from Scurry Rosser. Now both teams step across and shake hands. We got about 5:45 before kickoff. Ought to be a great one here in Rockwall, Texas. I think we're going to see what Jacoby LeCook is all about. I've seen him for 4 years now. I've only seen him for 4 games. 3 of them, he was absolutely amazing. His freshman year, Hal handled him a little bit, but he was a freshman.
Yeah, 14, right, no driver's license.
But boy, has he been amazing ever since.
I watched a little bit of the pregame with him, just caught my eye. He's got that classic 12 o'clock release and a quick release like a Marino type, and a very strong arm.
That he does. Head coach Justin Dozier for Leonard, 24-19 in his 4th year with the Tigers. He's a former OC at Sherman and previously at Allen. Here's the national anthem. And with that, Ed Meacham, it is football time in Texas playoff.
Yes, sir. It never gets old to listen to the national anthem. And boy, talk about the weather down on the field, like 70 degrees at kickoff in November.
It's beautiful.
Oh, my
absolutely
goodness.
Beautiful. Talking about Justin Dozier, the head coach at Leonard, he was the former offensive coordinator at Sherman and previously at Allen. He was part of 2 state championships in Allen, originally from White-Wright, Texas, and Sam Houston State graduate. He began his career at Allen at junior high for 3 years, moved up to high school. As I mentioned, state champs in 08, went to Waco Midway, state championship loss. And Waco Midway state championship loss in 2011. He was the OC at Van Alstyne for 2 years, and then back to Allen in 2016 for 5 years, state champs in 2017. Sherman was the offensive coordinator for Sherman in 2021, and his wife is Christy. And we're just about ready for kickoff as Scurry Rosser and their kicker, which is Gavin Willis, will do the honors. Right-footed kicker, it's in the air. Little pooch kick goes back on their ball's on the turf at the 24-yard line, and I think Scurry Rosser may have it to open this football game.
Yeah, it was a directional kick, and they found that little pocket between the second level and the return guys, and that's the monumental mistake is the return guy. You've got to catch that ball in the air. If Karam's off the turf and Scurry, I believe, pounced on it, but let's see what the officials give us.
Well, right now it appears that Scurry Rosser will have the football at the 24-yard line. Is that correct?
It looks like it. It looks like, yep, the defense is out with Leonard, so yes it is. Here we go. First offensive play of the game.
It's going to be a handoff to Williams up the middle, and he'll gain 5 or 6 to the 19-yard line, so give him 5.
Yeah, easy play right off the left tackle. Nice hole here, and the running back gets into the second level. Nice pickup on the first play of the game.
Second down and 5 coming up.
3, Eli Hutchins.
as Hutchins is in the gun. He'll hand off to Williams again, left tackle, barreling through 3 defenders, inside the 2. Knocked down there right at the 2. They'll give him maybe the 1. One side just says 2, the other said almost the goal line. They'll confer and mark it at the 3.
Just a simple handoff right between the center guard gaps, and it was Williams, the running back, and he carried 3, 4, 5 defenders down to the 3-yard line.
Under center this time goes Hutchins. Turns, hands Williams, this time right side. LeCook grabs him from behind and slings him down at the 1-yard line.
Tough runner again. They go right back to the workhorse. This time he gets hit at the line of scrimmage, but LeCook right up there to make the play. Probably about maybe a yard and a half on the play. 2nd and goal
from the 1. Scurry Rosser knocking on the door to start this football game. I formation. Actually, it's like a wishbone look. Turns, hands, skirting into the end zone is Williams as he put Scurry Rosser on his back this first drive.
And it was very simple. They get the quick turnover on the kickoff. Very short field to work with. In about 4 plays, they find pay dirt and they just run the ball right up the middle. Nothing very tricky about it. That O-line did a really good job of penetrating the line of attack.
Willis on for the PAT. Right-footed kicker. Snap is down. It's on the tee. The kick is up. And the kick is good. 7-0. Scurry Rosser in the lead after the kickoff fumble. And they strike first blood tonight. We'll be right back right after this.
Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you to stop by Circle Star Quick Lube or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at circlestarquicklubeandtire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube. At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's a high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers.
Welcome back. The Scurry Rosser Wildcats take the early 7-0 lead. We'll give you the scoring drive recap in a moment. The kickoff is going to go back to the 12-yard line. Coming middle of the field, Summers takes it, dances out past the 35 to the 36-yard line. And Leonard will have good field position starting here. Your scoring drive recap for Scurry Rosser went 4 plays, 24 yards. It was capped off by a 1-yard plunge by Nash Ferguson. We thought it was Michael Williams, but we're way up about 30,000 feet flying over Wilkerson Sanders Stadium.
Watch out for turbulence. Keep those seatbelts buckled around you. Yeah, we are up here. Now, here's the thing. You get that quick turnover, and now Leonard's got to answer. They've got to take time of possession here. You can expect Jacoby Cook to get the lion's share of the yardage here on this possession.
LeCook will be in the gun, as always. And he fakes it to Nash. Quick pass over. That's going to be caught by Kincaid on his way. 30. Makes a cut at the 31. Trying to break his way out of defenders. Slides on past the 20. Down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Soft coverage in the secondary. It was just a quick route. One step. Excuse me. The ball is out. And, of course, Blaze Kincaid, the second leading receiver on this team. Great pickup inside the 20.
55 yards on the pass and catch on the first play from scrimmage for the Leonard Tigers. In the gun, empty back. LeCook slaps, wants it. He's going to take it himself over left guard. Got a big seam, jumps around, and finally drugged down from behind by the linebacker, which is Logan Mullins. But a gain of about 8 or 9 there on first down.
Yeah, you can expect to see LeCook with his own number all night. Nothing there. The linebacker stayed at home and did a good job, but there was about a 3 or 4 yard on that pickup.
LeCook, a little sugar huddle, and he'll be empty back again. Alan Cass goes in motion from right to left. He'll be the H-back on the left side. They fake the hand to Summers, who is coming in motion. LeCook's going to keep it around the right edge, inside the 5 to the 3, and a late flag comes out.
Yeah, not sure what that's going to be, Monty. It's where the corners came up to make the final tackle on LeCook. You kind of wonder if this might be a personal foul.
It could be a hold, but we'll check and see.
Yeah, you're right. It's a hold. That's it.
So what was going to be a first down for Leonard will now be second down, and depending on where the spot foul is, we'll see where they spot it. They're going to move it back to the 21-yard line.
Well, what you want to see with your O-line is that you've got to reestablish the line of scrimmage, and right now on the defensive side of the ball, the Wildcats are pushing those old linemen back into the quarterback, not giving LeCook any running room at this point.
Two receivers bunched together at the bottom. And LeCook drops back 3 steps, flushed out of the pocket. Here he goes, 20 to the 15, looking for the sidelines, and goes out of bounds at the 13, setting up a third down and a manageable 4.
Keeping an eye on the linebackers with the Wildcats, and they kept one of the linebackers in as kind of the scout, if you will, and he stayed put. Short gain, modest gain on the play, and LeCook makes a career decision and waltzing that out of bounds for a short third down situation.
A little business decision there.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Third down and a long 4. 9:01 on the clock here at Wilkerson Sanders Stadium in Rockwall, Texas. LeCook sends Summers in motion. They fake it to him, and LeCook keeps it up the middle, bouncing out of tackles, finally brought down at the 12. A lot of running and bouncing and pinballing for 1 yard.
Yeah, I think they're setting something up. Right now, everyone's watching LeCook. They bring that slot receiver in motion and fake that toss. Eventually, what you're going to see, that ball's going to get handed off to that slot receiver, probably for a sizable gain. But an interesting call here, 4th and very short. What do you do?
Well, the kicker is injured, so they're going to go for it here. Estello is normally the kicker and starting linebacker, but unavailable tonight. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. LeCook's going to keep it right side, and he's going to be very close to the first down.
Yeah, I think he got it.
Needed to get to the 9, and I think he got to the 8.5.
Yeah, let's take a look at the foot with the official. You know, if he gets you the right foot, it's going to be a first, and yes, it is.
3 yards. He needed 2, got 3. It'll be first and goal from the 8. Yep. 8:07 on the clock here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, this tight in towards the end zone, inside the 10 on that in the red zone, you can expect to be run, unless he goes back to that quick hit that Peavy had in the first play of the game.
LeCook in the gun. And he's going to keep it around the right edge and gain about 3 more yards to the 6, maybe 2 yards.
Scurry crowding the box as expected in this short field situation. They've got the corners up, they've got the safeties up, and the linebackers right on the D-line.
You said Leonard needed to take time off the clock. This is their 8th play of the drive and have taken nearly 3 minutes or more than 3 minutes off the clock on this first possession. 3 receivers left, 1 right. As Leonard travels left to right from our vantage point. There it is. They hand off to Summers on the reverse, cutting it up in. I thought he was going to go, but he was pounced at the 1 yard line.
Well, there it is, and we just talked about that little end around the slot. Peavy comes in motion, and again, they fake that toss 2 or 3 times now. They hand it this time, get the ball inside the 5 yard, sets up about a 3rd and about 2.
That was Summers on the reverse coming from the far right side. Now Weimer will go in the backfield along with LeCook. He'll stand to the left side. 2 receivers left, 1 right. LeCook is going to keep it himself. Left side, just plows his way into the end zone. Touchdown time in Texas.
Well, how about that? You know, time of possession may be a factor in this ball game, and it was about 10 plays on the drive. We'll get the time on that, but LeCook finds a crease off the left side and goes in for the touchdown, getting ready to knot this one up in the first quarter.
6:31 on the clock. The PAT would tie it. And LeCook is going to hold. And the kick is up.
Doink.
And it is no good. The attempt was made by Trenton Faust, the sophomore. No good. And Leonard will continue to trail 7-6 with 6:31. We'll be right back right after this.
Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you to stop by Circle Star Quick Lube or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at circlestarquicklubeandtire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube. At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers.
That drive at Beecham was 9 plays and 64 yards.
Well, sometimes your best defense becomes your offense.
And took 4 minutes and 3 seconds off the clock. Here's the kickoff. It's a high short kick. Going to be taken, and it's on the turf, but Scurry Rosser is able to fall on it. Drew Justice had it go not through his hands, but off the hands of another receiver, but Justice was right there to make sure that they didn't have a miscue on the kick return.
Yeah, the ball was, again, a short kick directional, and Manos, the first up man, came in to try to field that. And, of course, Justice did end up fielding that kick, fumbles the ball to the sidelines, but Scurry Rosser able to get the ball, starting for their second possession of the ball game.
Hutchins will be in the gun, and he'll hand off to Williams, running around the right edge, has about 5, 6, 7 yards as they started this drive from their own 29-yard line. And Williams will make his way up to the 36, so a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, not too shabby there. Monty's got over 1,000 yards on the season. Very low gravity type of runner, downhill, if you will.
Hutchins in the gun, same formation as a moment ago. 2 receivers left, 1 right, handoff Williams, right guard, has the first down, and is going to be brought down just about 2 yards past the sticks to the 41-yard line. Let's bring in Malin Walker. Malin, we've seen, a kick return fumble. Other than that, I think Leonard has done a great job of controlling this football game.
Yeah, Leonard has. What they need to take note of is their run defense. Scurry Rosser has not passed the ball, and they have been giving up yardage this whole game. So if they want to win this game, they need to control the run here.
Second down and 10, 5:31 on the clock. We're in the first quarter from Rockwall. And this is Williams, is going to be stuck by Kincaid after a 4-yard gain to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, to Malin's point, the Tigers giving up an awful lot of ground. And in the last couple of games especially, well over 250, 60 yards a game on the ground. And they've got to have an answer for that.
Another sugar huddle, this time from Scurry Rosser. Hutchins in the gun with Williams to his right. And that's not Hudson. That's a direct snap to Peavy. And he's got a first down and more to the Leonard 45-yard line.
Slow to get up as well. The ball was indeed handed off to Peavy. on the turf right now and probably going to get some medical attention. Looked like he did get up, hobbling off. Hope that young man's okay.
Yeah, that was Peavy who took the direct snap. And they'll spot the ball at the plus 45. 4:45, the clock is still moving. It's 7-6. Whoa, I forgot I had a scoreboard, guys. Where's Jake Roberts? Around the right edge goes Williams, and he'll gain about 3.
Very good 1-2 punch in that backfield. Williams getting the lion's share of the carries. If PV is okay to come back and enter this ball game, again, just a solid runner. You saw it on that last carry that he had. But this offense is moving the ball with ease against that defensive front.
Second down and about 6 or 7. And this will be a handoff to Williams again, right side. Once again, Kincaid trying to keep him from getting past that first down marker. He's going to be close, maybe a yard shy, as Williams is just wearing out that front 7.
Yeah, it's going to take more than one guy to, they're trying to arm tackle this young man. You're going to have to get to his legs because he is a tough runner, low gravity type of runner.
Big third down here, Ed. 3rd and 1. Full house backfield and a handoff coming near side. First down and more. To the 20, to the 10, trying to turn the corner. Drug down maybe at the 1-yard line. Kincaid, no, that's not Kincaid. Making the tackle, I believe, is Summers. And again, that's Ferguson on the carry. But he'll be marked down at about the 1-yard line.
Tigers put everybody in the box. He had 8 guys in the box on that play. And of course, Ferguson, he bounced it off left tackle, and there was nobody there. The corners and the safeties had to track down Ferguson to make that tackle, and unfortunately, the ball ends up at the 1.
35-yard run by Ferguson. 1st and goal, Scurry Rosser. Moving from our right to left. Full house backfield. Hutchins, handoff, fumble, ball's on the turf, and I'm not sure who came up with it. Leonard has the football. A fumble at the 1-yard line, and the Leonard Tigers come up with it.
Yeah, Hutchins takes the snap, didn't quite get a handle on that, and as the exchange gets to the running back, I believe it was Ferguson, the ball is on the mat, and the Tigers get it at about the 5-yard line. Hey, go ahead and get that other turnover. We gave one, now we get one back.
So Leonard will start at their own 4-yard line after the fumble by Ferguson, who had the big 35-yard run all the way down to the 1-yard line. So think about that. How important was it for Summers to run him down and make sure he didn't score, brought him down at the 1, and that set up and caused the fumble.
Absolutely.
Effort.
Never give up on a play. Ever give up on a play. And there you go. That's the end result. Becomes a turnover. Tiger football at about the 4.
LeCook will be about 1 yard deep in the end zone in the gun. Drops back, wants to pass. Plenty of time now. Flushed out. He's going to run down the side, and now he's going to gain about 5 yards. Well, no, he'll gain about 2 yards. He ran about 5 yards, but from the shotgun position, he'll only gain maybe 2 out to the 6.
LeCook had actually Justice Foster in the slot was wide open. If he just takes a glance down the field in the middle of the field, he's got Foster running that seam route, but he elects to tuck the ball, only gets a couple yards on the carry.
Kincaid split out wide to the right with Summers in the slot, Cass in the slot, handoff to Weimer. Not much there, maybe a couple. Out to the 8-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and what looks to be about 6 or 7.
The O-line just got to fire off that ball at the line of scrimmage. They're not able to get any penetration. The idea is to get your O-line into that second level where the linebackers are to try to create that crease and get some running room. Nothing doing there, maybe a half yard.
3 receivers again to the right. Weimer goes out of the backfield. They throw it down the field. That's caught by Cass. Good for a first down, and now a flag comes in late. But for the moment, Cass has the first down right at the 15-yard line.
You know, and here's the thing. Right now you've got Scurry Rosser backing off with their corners, okay? They're playing almost at bracket coverage, very soft on the exterior, leaving those receivers wide open in a 2 or 3 yard slant. It's going to be there all night. Linebackers are coming up, so you've got a crease here, and this looks like it was probably a personal foul against Scurry Rosser.
Yeah, they're going to move the ball up to the 30, so a huge advantage there for the Leonard Tigers. A minute 26 left to go in the first as the clock rolls here in Rockwall, Texas from Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. LeCook sends Weimer out of the backfield. Drops back 3 steps, fires right side, and it's caught by Summers. He's got the 45, sprinting down the sideline. 40, 35, and pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line in Scurry Rosser territory. They'll give him the 29.
Zaylen Summers wide open. Again, I think that the Tigers, it's there all night if they elect to throw the ball. Nobody is coming up right now to take away that short to intermediate route. Wide open, huge gain on the play.
And when Summers has the ball in his hands, good luck catching that young man.
Absolutely. Speedy, you saw him. He took 1 step, and it was a matter of pinning your ears back. Couldn't get him. Ball sets up inside the 30.
3 receivers left, 1 right. Weimer goes out of the backfield. Screen pass to him, caught at the 32, dances away, and now fights forward to the 20, almost a first down. They'll spot him right at the 20 or 21.
Yeah, Landon Draper in on the play. The safety had to come up to make that play. Just a little slant or something into the flats of the running back to try to create some running room. It worked. Nice pickup on the play. You got a couple yards to pick up that first.
That basically is their run game. Swing Weimer out of the backfield.
An extension of the run, you bet.
2nd down and 2. 36 seconds on the clock here in quarter number 1. Weimer and LeCook in the backfield. Quick pass over to the right side, caught by Kincaid, and he'll dance forward. Enough for a first down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Nice hands with Blaze Kincaid. Again, the second leading receiver on this team. He comes into the ball game with 32 receptions, and he makes a really nice grab in the open field.
Another first down for the Leonard Tigers as we're nearing the end of quarter number 1. They trail 7-6, but you sense they're about to sniff more points right here, Ed.
Yeah, they're knocking on the door again. Boy, this is a quick-hitting offense. You'd like to see them take a little bit more time, but they'll take points.
Weimer out of the backfield, and this time a flag will go down. I think this is going to be Leonard's first penalty. It'll be a false start against the Tigers. It'll back them up from the 14 to the 19. It'll be first and 15 now.
Second penalty, actually, you're right on it, though, Monty. A procedure call, and it looked like somebody in the interior just got a little bit ahead of that cadence. And, you know, it's changed. Years ago, you had the quarterback barking it out, and now they're just clapping it out.
That's the end of the first quarter. Scurry Rosser leads 7-6 here at Rockwall Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. We'll be right back.
Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you to stop by Circle Star Quick Lube or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at circlestarquicklubeandtire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube. At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's a high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers.
Welcome back. We're at Rockwall's Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. Monty Walker along with Ed Meacham and Malin Walker. Malin, what have you seen so far?
I've seen some struggles from the offensive line. If you want some running production by Jacoby LeCook, you're going to have to get that offensive line with good wide open holes. Jacoby LeCook has had to cut in every single run attempt he's made in limited yards.
First down and 15 now as we switch sides, moving right to left as Leonard setting up the screen pass. Allen Katz makes the catch underneath and gets to the 10-yard line. Not enough for a first, still needing 5, but a good play right there from LeCook to Allen Katz.
Yeah, a great play, well designed. You see LeCook kind of holding the linebackers there. It allows the receivers to take their people down the field, and you sneak Cass out of the backfield. Nice pickup. Got to say hi to my grandkids, okay? You know, start them young. I got Hudson Hayes and Hayden Hayes, 6 and 4, and they're doing it right. Start them young right now, because that's what us Meachams do. Let's go.
Well, that's some excitement up here right now. Let me tell you. LeCook wants to throws it to the right side. I believe that's Weimer who makes the catch. And he's going to gain maybe 3. I think they're going to spot him at the 9. Are they going to give him 1?
Yeah,
1 yard?
You know, and Monty's great because you spread the field out like that. You know, linebackers got to have their heads on the swivel, so they got to look for run. And then you get the ball out to the flats real quick. You get that guy out on an island and try to pick up valuable yards. He gets 5 on that play.
3rd down and 5. Interesting as the sticks actually has the yards needed on the stick.
They didn't have that in the 70s.
No, nor in the 80s. LeCook rolling out right, wanted to throw, and this is going to be incomplete. Just heaves it out of bounds, and 4th down and 5 is coming up. And I would imagine they're going to go for it here.
I would think so, with that kicker not in action tonight. And it was a smart play by LeCook just to air mail that. Nobody there. And so you've got a 4th and short situation. And again, I kind of like to, let's go with the extension of the run play. Get the ball out in the flat somewhere. Let your receivers do a little bit of blocking and pick up that first down, or maybe even a touchdown.
The false start really hurt Leonard on this drive as they pushed him back to 1st and 15. And now here they are trying to get that 5 yards back on 4th down. 3 receivers left. And I believe a timeout may have been called. We're going to take 1, too. We'll be right back at 7-6. Scurry Rosser in the lead. We'll be back after this.
Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you to stop by Circle Star Quick Lube or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at circlestarquicklubeandtire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube. At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers.
Welcome back. Monty Walker, along with Ed Meacham and Malin Walker and Stephen Braswell, our statistician. Here is LeCook going to run it straight up the middle. Fights through. He's in. It's touchdown time in Texas. They needed 5.
They got them all.
They got 10.
Got them all. Let's get them all. Why not? Straight quarterback run. He takes a step back, holds the backers. And Malin, your offensive line did a good job in getting a push up front, open up that A gap, and he found pay dirt.
Good things will happen when your offensive line creates wide open.
And you should know you were a good one. I watched you in high school.
Oh, thank you.
11:03 on the clock. Leonard takes their first lead of the night. And now the extra point attempt by Trenton Faust. LeCook will hold. It's not a great snap. Actually, that's Zaylen Summers, and he's going to throw it in the end zone, and that's a 2-point conversion. Caught by Justice Foster. And instead of 1, Leonard gets 2.
Gets those 2 back. Makes it a 1-possession game, of course, 14-7, but that's the drill. You know, it's called fire, 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 or whatever they call it now. Who knows in today's world, but the receiver that has responsibility for the edge allows the penetration to come in, and he catches the ball. Nobody around him for 2 or 3 yards. Easy 2-point conversion.
10-play, 96-yard drive for Leonard. And it took, let's see, subtract the 4, about 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
And you like the fact that, again, they've held the ball 10 plays. It wears down that defense. And a nice little steady dose of run and pass in this series. They moved the ball extremely well. Leonard's offense now clicking 7-point lead in this contest.
So we're just about ready for the kickoff. So far Leonard has had a 9-play, 64-yard drive and a 10-play, 96-yard drive to score. And our new score is 14-7. Leonard in the lead. Let me update the scoreboard. There we go. I'm new at not having an engineer tonight. I haven't done this in a while. Here's an onside kick, or at least a squib kick. Going to be taken by Scurry Rosser, moving all the way down the field, going nowhere. A great open field tackle by Leonard's. I believe that was Lath Reynolds. You might check me on that.
I think you're right. It was either Reynolds or Thompson, one of the two. But you kind of had that feeling that they might not kick the ball deep and do something a little bit gadgety, if you will. A little squib kick, but works out well. Nice tackle, open tackle, and that's where Scurry sets up at about the 31-yard line.
Moving left to right from our vantage point. Hutchins will go in the gun from their own 31-yard line. Williams, they fake the hand to him, and now Hutchins in trouble, and it's a sack.
Nice play, a lot of penetration. Of course, the ball gets snapped back to Hutchins. No receiver available, and a big rush by that guy up front. I think it was the linebacker also, Dainsworth, in on the play. But what a play by Beatty, who really made the initial hit for a big loss on the play.
Ball at the 24-yard line, second down and long. Handoff coming near side, escaping a tackle, finally brought down, and that's going to be Williams again on the carry. And that'll gain enough to get back to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, he gets it back and then a little bit more. This is the workhorse tonight for the Wildcats. Probably nearing somewhere closer to 40, 50 yards on the ground already in this first half.
We'll have to check with Stephen Braswell here in a moment and see how many Williams has on the ground. Third down at about 7 or 8 for Scurry Rosser. 3 receivers up top on the left. And Hutchins wants to throw right side, deep down the field, looking for Peavy, and it's over his head and incomplete. Fourth down and 8 coming up for Scurry Rosser, and you would imagine they would go ahead and punt this one away deep in their own territory.
You would think so. Great coverage by Zaylen Summers. He just ran shoulder to shoulder with him, and you know, D-backs are taught. Ride the hip of the receiver, and then when you hear your guys talking about it, ball, look for the ball.
Hey, Monty, Williams has 57 yards so far.
Hey, you just about nailed it, Ed Meacham. About half 100. And Scurry Rosser will punt this football away. And it'll be Willis to do the chores. LeCook, who else would be back to return this thing, but he watches it. And Leonard will have pretty good field position coming up on their next drive, which will be their third drive. They won the toss and elected to receive the football, but fumbled the opening kickoff, which gave Scurry Rosser an easy 4-play, 24-yard score to take the initial lead of this game, but it's been really all Leonard ever since.
It really has been. Again, if you start with a short field, the coaching staff felt like if we win the coin toss, let's go ahead and put our showcase offense out there. Why not? But they turned the ball over, and after that mishap, it's been all Tigers.
So ball at the 44-yard line on the plus side. Leonard has excellent field position. And I lost the ball in the lights, and because of the fourth deck, apparently, must have went off the side of the foot.
It looked like a fly. We're so high up.
LeCook wants to throw down the field, double coverage, and it goes in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Foster. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. Going for the home run ball there, but Cook threw it very dangerously into double coverage.
You betcha. You know, 2 people in on the coverage, the cornerback and also the safety there to make the play. There just wasn't anything there. The play did not develop, and LeCook actually just kind of throws an errant pass up there and hoping that the receiver would come down to it, but now it's 2nd down and 10.
3 receivers left, 1 up top on the right side. Weimer goes out of the backfield in motion, and here's a quick pass to Zaylen Summers, who makes the catch to the 40, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Well, I like this kid Summers. Good hands and knows what to do when the ball gets to him. He tucks the ball away, protects it, and gets downfield to pick up yardage. Nice play, good play. This kid's having a ball game, Summers.
Haven't seen Leonard for many years. Leonard had a kid named, I just had his name on my tongue.
Well, you're 51. I get it.
Yeah. I'll think of it here in a moment. Randy Slaughter.
Oh.
And I'll tell you that here in a moment as Weimer goes out of the backfield. 3rd down and 5. Quick toss over to Weimer. Cuts it up at the 40. Has the 1st down at the 34-yard line. So Leonard had this kid named Randy Slaughter. He wore the number 8. And he was kind of a scatback kid and just ran all over Hal when we were doing those games. And when he became a senior, I was like, whew, thank goodness Randy Slaughter's graduated. We don't have to worry about him anymore. And the next year, they have this kid named Zaylen Summers wearing the number 8. He looks just like him.
Wow, kind of like a Cowboy thing, number 88 with Pearson.
LeCook throws right side, and it's going to be caught over the middle. And I think that is Alan Cass making the catch again to the 21-yard line, and another 1st down.
Again, you know, right now the Tigers are finding some gaps in that defense, a little soft coverage but zone in the secondary. And it's a 3 or 4 yard slant. And once you get past those linebackers, all you got to do is find that seam. And LeCook does. He's got a very accurate arm.
7:37 and rolling here in the 2nd quarter. Weimer once again goes in motion. They throw it to the right side. And it's going to be caught for a minimal gain. That's Summers. I say minimal, but 5 yards on the quick slant.
I like what LeCook did on the play. He looked off his first receiver that came out of the backfield and quickly turned his shoulders and hit Summers sitting in that slot for about a 5-yard gain.
2nd down and 5. Closer maybe to 4.5. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Weimer goes out of the backfield. LeCook's going to keep it. Breaks out of a tackle, scooting into the 5, down at the 3-yard line as he dives forward like Superman.
It was all LeCook in those legs. Remember, he is a dual threat. Tons of yards both in the air and on the ground. He breaks out of a tackle and finds his way inside the 5-yard line.
And Leonard will now have it 1st and goal from about the 3. 2.5. And LeCook will drop back in the gun with Weimer to his left. Claps, gets it. He's going to keep it himself. Pushing forward. No signal, and there it is. It's touchdown time in Texas for the Leonard Tigers with 6:31 left to go in quarter number 2. They up the advantage to 20-7, awaiting a PAT.
How about that? I mean, LeCook had 38 touchdowns coming into this ball game, and he's got 2 tonight. He finds a little bit of a crease between the guard center and just wills his way to the goal line. Nice lead here, going for a 2-score lead, these Tigers, before the first half.
So LeCook will go to hold now. This time he's going to pitch it out to Summers, who's dragged down at the 10-yard line. LeCook pitched it to him. as Summers was lined up as the kicker, and normally you would think Summers would have easily raced around the edge to get in, but they had that sniffed out.
They did. They came right off the edge, and it fooled nobody. Looked like a great play from the inception, but that outside linebacker right there to snuff it out. Nothing on the play, but 20-7 lead before we go into the half.
We're going to take a quick timeout. It's 20-7. Leonard in the lead. We'll be right back.
Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you to stop by Circle Star Quick Lube or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at circlestarquicklubeandtire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube.
For Leonard, it was a 5-play, 44-yard drive that took just under 3 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, you look at these possessions, Monty, 9 plays, 10 plays, 5 plays, and these 3 possessions, and it just does something to that defense.
Another squib kick goes down to Willis. This time he'll field it cleanly and go up for about 3 yards, and Scurry Rosser will start from their own 43-yard line.
Nice open field tackle by Angel Vega to make the play, but Tigers again elect to do a little squib kick to see if they can catch that return team a little bit off guard and hopefully try to create a turnover, but good job by the coverage team. Wildcats get the ball at about the 45.
Yeah, they'll mark it at the 43 officially. And they're moving left to right from our vantage point. Hutchins in the gun. The right side back is Williams, but whistles before this one gets underway. I think it's going to be a false start against Scurry Rosser, and they'll start this drive from behind the sticks.
Second penalty of the ball game for the Wildcats. Even on that ledger, both teams now just 2 penalties. Pretty clean so far in this first half.
So 1st and 15 now for the Scurry Rosser Wildcats. After the sugar huddle, they'll come back to the line of scrimmage. Williams to the right side of Hutchins in the gun. Handoff to Williams over left guard. Not much doing there. He'll get a couple up to the 40.
And you know, Monty, anybody that's been in the ARP club knows the name Larry Zonka. This kid, the fullback, Williams.
If you're 70 years old.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm touching there. Okay, so anyway. Reminds me of that Larry Zonka guy, you know, just a very tough, downhill, low-gravity type runner, and now probably nearing 60 yards on the ball game on the ground.
You know, I've learned my lesson. I can't say Tony Dorsett anymore because nobody knows who he is.
Him, I know.
Handoff Williams, and he cuts it up the middle. He's off to the races. Chased down by Summers and brought down on the Leonard side of the field at the 37-yard line.
That's got to get him close to 80 yards already in the first half on the ground. And once again, I think that the Wildcats offensive line is doing a much better job of trying to reestablish that line of scrimmage, and wasn't touched until he got past the linebackers.
First down and 10 for Scurry Rosser, moving left to right. Trailing 27 to the Leonard Tigers, 20-7. Hutchins handoff, Williams again. This time he'll get 5 yards.
Just grinding it out.
32-yard line.
Yep, and again, you know, I would suspect for the rest of this half at least that Williams will probably get the carries. They're moving the ball very nicely.
5:03 on the clock here in quarter number 2 from Rockwall's Wilkerson Sanders Stadium.
Pretty place, isn't it?
It is. Second down and 5 as we're under the 5-minute mark. Hutchins wants it, gets it, handoff. Williams cuts it up the middle. Has a linebacker right on his waist and brings him down at the line of scrimmage. I think
might have been Kincaid. Came up from his safety position. Maybe so. I don't know. I didn't see exactly who made the initial contact. I think it was Kincaid, but does a great job of wrapping up. Hidden art these days, isn't it, Monty? Wrapping up the ball carrier.
It certainly is. It's much different than 1984. Third down and 5. Hutchins, little swing pass out to the right. He one-hops his receiver. It'll be fourth down.
Yeah, I don't think that that Hutchins actually got a handle on that. He gets the ball out very quickly, but the ball is thrown towards the feet of the receiver, unable to come up with it. Third down and about 5.
Landon Draper tried to make a dive for the football. Even if he caught it, he would have been down immediately after the dive, but it one-hopped him even with his effort. It'll be 4th down and 5. Full house backfield and this will be a handoff. Right side, hit at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a turnover on downs. And on the stop was Kelton Baker.
And it was, and Kincaid came up also from the safety position to clean that up, smack the taste out of his mouth. Ball's going to get turned over on downs.
And Leonard's going to have the ball somewhere about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, you'd like to see now, again, they're running the ball well. Why not chew up the clock, go into the half with a sizable lead, a little under 4 minutes before you take it into halftime. And the way that this offense is running the ball right now, controlling the tempo of this ball game, you would think they're going to slow this down on the ground.
I said 38. They're actually going to spot the ball at the 32. So Leonard has 68 yards to travel and has 3 minutes and 58 seconds to do so before the half. LeCook is in the gun, sends Weimer out of the backfield. LeCook looks that way, and now is going to flush. Right side, now throws it to Weimer, and it's incomplete and goes over to the Scurry Rosser sidelines. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 with 3:52 on the clock as it stops after the incomplete pass.
I guess the Tigers didn't read my resume. Probably not going to hire me now. I said keep it on the ground. And they can immediately go to the air. But LeCook did have a wide open man in the flat, just overthrows. Errant throw to the sideline, 2nd and 10.
Offensive coordinator Chris Brown for the Leonard Tigers.
Job safe. Job is safe.
And defensive coordinator for Leonard is Matt Bush. LeCook in the gun on 2nd down and 10. Man in motion is Summers. And this time LeCook throws it down the field just a little bit out in front of Alan Cass, who can't make the catch. And all of a sudden, you're in jeopardy of turning the ball back over to Scurry Rosser with way more than 3 minutes left.
Yeah, again, you get a little greedy at times offensively, especially the way that the Tigers offense has moved the ball. But you would have liked to have chewed up the clock here, not giving your opponent any opportunity to get any momentum going into the half. And there, Armani again didn't really quite set his feet when he let that ball go.
2 receivers left, 1 right. LeCook drops back 3 steps, looks right, throws, caught by Summers over the middle. It's 1st down and more as he cuts it up, crosses the 50 to the 43-yard line.
What a ball game Zaylen Summers is having. And again, the reason why I'm so impressed by this receiver, when he catches the ball, he immediately sees the ball into his hands, tucked it away. You and I were tight ends, we get it. And then he finds north and south. He picks up the very important 1st down before the end of this half.
They spotted at the 42 with 3:22 and rolling. Now Leonard has all 3 timeouts. Scurry Rosser has 2.
Gonna let that play clock go down before they snap the ball. We're inside of 4 seconds.
And it gets it off in time. LeCook is going to run a semi-counter. Spins out of a tackle, but going to lose a yard. Yeah, or maybe get back to the line of scrimmage.
I think he finally get to the line of scrimmage on the play. But, again, taking your time, allowing the play clock to come on down, wind down, and don't snap the ball until inside of 3 or 4 seconds. I don't want you to burn clock here, but nothing there. You got to protect the football at this point.
Malin, what's Leonard got to do to get in the end zone right here?
Well, you would expect a pass, which has been working this second half of the first quarter, but you also need to not turn the ball over. You need to keep the ball safe, so you need to be very careful.
2nd down and 10, 2:25 on the clock before the half. Weimer goes out of the backfield. Under pressure is LeCook. He gets away, rolling right, looking down the field, fires, and it's going to be incomplete. And a flag comes down late.
I kind of wonder if it was intentional. Let's see what the officials give us. There wasn't a whole lot in the vicinity as far as receivers. Let's see what the officials think.
Only white jerseys is what I saw. I saw no blue jerseys in the area, and that could be the call, Ed Meacham. No indication yet as the officials are huddling right at the center court on the far hash. And they're going to wave it off.
How about that?
So 2:16 on the clock before the half. And now Leonard facing a 3rd down and 10 as they spot the ball back down at the 42-yard line on the Scurry Rosser side of the field.
That flag came from the official on the sideline, and he was looking at the blue jerseys that were somewhere around the end lines.
Watch out for Summers. He lines up as a slot on the near side. LeCook sends Weimer out of the backfield. LeCook's going to run. Right over right guard, up the middle, dancing through defenders. Inside the 40, close to a first down at about the 39-yard line. Needs to get to the 37.
Very close. Let's see where the officials mark this. It looks indeed, you're right, Monty, about 4th and 2. And of course, the Tigers will go for this just at about 2 minutes.
We have a 2-minute warning. We'll take it 2. We'll be right back right after this.
At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's a high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers.
4th down and 2, Malin. Any question on what Leonard might do here?
I don't think there is any question. You need to run the ball, maybe up the middle. Maybe you want to extend that play, but I would expect that you run the ball.
And is there any question who's going to run the ball?
I mean, there could. I mean, you give it to your best guy, Jacoby LeCook, but if you want to do some shenaniganery, you can make something else happen.
I'm not sure I would pull any shenanigans in a by-district championship on a 4th and 2, but we'll see. You've been Nostradamus before. LeCook's going to keep it around the left edge, and he has the first down at the 36-yard line.
Good call, Malin.
And, of course, that's what we expected, but...
You know, we were at Leonard, and Malin, during the pregame, said, I expect Howe to pull something out of the trick bag on this first series. Well, it didn't happen the first series, but on the second series, it was a halfback pass that Howe almost scored on.
I got to ask Malin, offense, defense, when you played, what'd you like better?
I liked it all.
You did like it all.
I liked it all.
But,
yeah.
And by the way, you were good at it all.
Oh, thank you.
First down and 10, $1:30, and the clock is rolling. LeCook rolls out right, looking down the field, over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted at the 25-yard line, coming near side, or far side rather, and it's picked off by the linebacker, Case Kilgore.
A little bit greedy here, and again, LeCook had the sidelines if he wanted it. It probably would have been the best option, hindsight, but even if you get the ball to your receiver on the sidelines, you can step out and stop that clock. Throwing the ball in the middle is always, you run the risk of a turnover and also the clock continuing to run.
You know, we were just talking about Nostradamus Malin. You know, what's the one thing I said? Protect the ball.
Yep.
I need the winning lottery numbers, man.
Oh, I can't do like that.
No, you're just not giving them up. Come on.
Well, $1:18 left to go before the half. And now Scurry Rosser takes over. Hutchins wants to throw for one of the very few times tonight, deep down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. Trying to hit his receiver, Landon Draper, at about the 20-yard line, and good coverage downfield by Weimer. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. It takes 6 seconds off the clock to $1:12.
Yeah, you can expect cover 3. You're going to have your safety playing center field here, kind of keeping an eye on some of that delay stuff over the middle behind the linebacker levels. Soften up a little bit with your corners so you don't get beat deep.
Scurry Rosser from their own 47-yard line, 2nd down and 10 with 1:12 left to go. Hutchins under pressure, escapes one tackle. He's going to run it up the middle. And he's finally brought down by, I think that was Kincaid, and it was. Kincaid made a nice tackle, but enough for a first down inside Leonard territory at the 41-yard line, and a timeout has been called, Ed.
Yeah, you got 1:03 here, and again, you can expect that the Wildcats are going to try to stretch the field here. They've got to get points before they go into the half to try to get back a little bit of that momentum. But the ball inside on the other side of the field, setting up at about the 46.
Last night, some games were played between these two districts, and it was Gunner over Rice, 84-7.
Basketball season started. Gotcha.
For Rice. Not Gunner. Yeah. And, Gunner has a broadcast over there, Roy Lehman, who we're good friends with.
Oh, they're good.
And
funny guys.
At 84-7, what are you talking about? I mean, they talk about Tonka toys and Burger King tacos during a regular game anyway.
I love it.
What in the world were they talking about last night? 1st and 10. Handoff, Williams up the middle, a lot of room. Jumps over a defender on his way to the 25-yard line, and then they'll mark him down at the 24. A first down run as we're under a minute. Clock stops momentarily as they move the sticks.
And again, the defenders turn their heads. They're thinking pass all the way, so the linebackers have already not even gone through their progression, and it was the delay to the running back, Williams.
Hutchin drops back 3 steps, looks left, fires it over the middle. It's going to be caught and then dropped. A great play over the middle by Kincaid again, who hit Ferguson immediately as the ball got there and jarred it out.
Yeah, Kincaid having a really solid night on the defensive side of the ball. In on many of the plays, the tackles having a good night, but again, got to be really careful. Linebackers, please just don't blow out of your zones so quickly. And defenders, do not get your eyes caught in the backfield.
2nd down and 10. More importantly, 38 seconds left to go before the half. Leonard leads 20-7, but Scurry Rosser knocking on the door from the Leonard 24-yard line. Hutchins is going to run it around the right edge. He looks like Jacoby LeCook here. Spins out of a tackle down at the 21-yard line. Ball came out, but they're going to rule it down.
Yeah, it was. He was on the ground. Ball did pop out afterwards, but it gives the Wildcats an opportunity to take their next time out.
And Alan Cass picked the ball up off the turf and started running the other way with it, but that's when the officials ruled it down. We have 23 seconds remaining before the half. Leonard leads 20-7.
Yeah, look, one of the Tiger defenders slow to get up. I think it was Kincaid again, but he's okay. Big play here. You've got a 3rd down, probably about 7, maybe call it 8 yards. They can stuff this out and make it a 2-play possession. Maybe the Tigers go in, throwing a donut up on this series.
Tigers wanting a big stand right here on 3rd down and 7. We had a chance to see Willis kick in the pregame, and I think this may be on the edge of his range here. We may find out. It's 3rd down and 7. 23 seconds left to go before the half. Hutchins in the gun. Williams to his right. Handoff, Williams up the middle. Got a lot of running room around the right side. Down to the 11-yard line. A first down. 16 seconds on the clock as a timeout, or it has stopped momentarily while they move the sticks. Scurry Rosser hustling to the line of scrimmage. Hutchins back in the gun.
Oh,
early movement, and they're going to move it back 5 yards.
That's going to be the 3rd penalty on the Wildcat. And the ball just was not snapped to the center quarterback, not on the same page. The whole offensive line took that step back in pass protection. Nonetheless, it's going to be a procedure on the Wildcats.
8 seconds remaining, and you may have a couple of shots here to get it in the end zone.
You would have thought on that last play that they would have just turf the ball, let the clock stop, set something up to go into the end zone, but now you're going to go back 5 yards.
Yeah, I mean, you'd rather spike the ball.
Right.
And you had first down. You would have had 2nd, 3rd, and 4th to try to get in the end zone with somewhere around 16, 18 seconds.
Yeah, let the big old boys up front get another piece of air in the lungs, a little rest so they can set up in pass protection, but and the result in this is a penalty, 3rd on the night for the Wildcats.
Head coach for Scurry Rosser is John David Caffey, 25-9 at Scurry Rosser, 70-43 overall. And I don't think that's overall, but I think that's for the past decade at least, perhaps. Veteran. His father was a head coach as well. Dad, Stan, was a longtime head coach with many stops, including White Deer, McCamey, Claude, Anson, Spring Lake Earth, Winters, Austin, Brentwood, Christian. I mean, he was You know that song, I've Been Everywhere?
Little Journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, much like the broadcast booth, like father, like son.
I'll tell you what, it's a pleasure. It is.
Oh, I bet.
It's really neat to have.
I bet.
Have your kid up here.
One of my fondest memories is when I was doing one of my last broadcasts with Denison against Frisco Reedy, and my grandson at the time was, I think he was 3, but I had the headphones on. He had the headphones on, and those are precious moments. Enjoy what you got here with Malin.
Yeah, it is a pleasure. There was a penalty apparently on Scurry Rosser there. They move it back to the 16-yard line. 8 seconds and it's first down. Fires it over the middle and it's going to be caught for a touchdown by Peavy. Oh, they say incomplete.
Whoa. I thought he had possession going across the goal line, but I guess the officials didn't see it that way.
Boy, it looked like he had it all the way, but apparently not.
Right? It's only second down, 3 seconds left on the clock. And again, if you're a corner in this play, go ahead, Monty.
Willis will come on to try to attempt what appears to be a 34-yard field goal.
Yeah, so going back to that, you cannot let the receivers get a free release. And that time, the receiver, Peavy, had 3-4 yards to work with against the corner, and he was wide open, and it looked like a touchdown.
It looks like he's barefoot, but he's not. He has pink shoes, light pink shoes, almost. Here's the kick. It's a low kick, and it's going to be no good. The hold was by Bridges, and the kick was just shanked. And Leonard, as the time expires, holds on to a 20-7 halftime lead, and they pat everybody on the back as they run into the dressing room.
Yeah, after that first possession, this was all Tigers in the first half.
So it was a missed field goal by Willis to end the half, and here we are at 20-7.
Pretty well-fought game, clean. You expected a lot of offense. We've got most of it on the Leonard side of the ledger with 20 points. And as far as the penalties are concerned, pretty clean there as well. It's 3 with the Wildcats, 2 with Leonard, but it's the points off the turnovers.
The body language from the teams are vastly different.
Yeah, Leonard just ran off, didn't they? Yeah.
Leonard went skipping into the dressing room, patting everybody on the back, and Scurry Rosser is walking extremely slow and just now entering the end zone towards their locker room area.
Yeah, you already look like a defeated team here. You just got to regroup at the half, figure out what you need to do defensively to stop that potent offense.
We're going to take a quick timeout. We're in the halftime show. We're going to have Stats with Braz coming up. We'll also talk with Malin Walker a little bit about this first half. And we may even give you some of the Leonard Tiger Band performance if we have time. So we'll be right back.
Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you to stop by Circle Star Quick Lube or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at CircleStarQuickLubeandTire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube. At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers.
If your home or business could talk, what would it say? It may say it would like some privacy or security. Enjoy the beauty and durability of quality fencing from MTE Fence. MTE Fence is a local company specializing in commercial and residential fencing. MTE Fence ranges from wood, aluminum, and chain link fencing. MTE Fence services all of Grayson County and surrounding areas. Go to mtefence.com or call 903-686-9039 for an estimate. MTE Fence has a passion for connection. We are your connection for quality.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your How State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrEdInsurance.com.
Well, who in the world was that? I mean,
goodness. Well, you pulled that out of the archives.
Yeah.
That was nice. Thank you.
So I'm not going to, you are a State Farm agent. And I'll give you a little moment if you want to.
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, 12 years. Thank you. We're a proud supporter of How. You know that. We whatever How needs us to do, we love it. We love the Bulldogs.
And I'm sure you'll write insurance for anybody in Leonard as well, right?
Anywhere in Texas, if you're listening. Oklahoma, Arkansas, come on. We got them all. And I got to tell you, just to put a little bit of love to my team, one of the best teams I've ever had. Service is great. My sales group is fantastic. And I have to tell you, going to work in the insurance industry every day, they make it fun.
All right, there you go. There's your Ed Meacham
moment.
Halftime show.
Mr. Ed Insurance, MrEdInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm going to step out a little minute for a moment and let you and Malin kind of recap this first half.
Good, okay. Why not bring the old school to the new school? Malin, tell me a little bit about what you saw in the first half and maybe possibly some adjustments that both teams will have to make.
Listen, this has been a great game, and I've seen some very interesting things. One is that this is a really close game. This is a 21-21 game. The only difference it is 20-7 is that they messed up a handed ball over at the 1, and they missed an incompleted pass. You have to take advantage of those opportunities in playoff football if you expect to win. And you saw it by their walk off the field. Leonard is ecstatic while Scurry Rosser is just walking off the field. That might have cumulative effects in this game coming out.
It says a lot about what both teams experienced in the first half. Of course, you were making mention to the Tigers. They couldn't get off the field fast enough to get to the locker room, and you could see the excitement. And conversely, we saw Scurry walking off the field almost like they were walking the plank.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't expect that type of behavior, especially when this game is as close as it was. I get that you're upset that you didn't capitalize on those touchdowns, but you have proven that you are an equal to this team and that you can adjust. One thing that Scurry Rosser has done really well that I want to mention is adjust to the Leonard offensive attack. When they had trouble with the run with Jacoby LeCook, they made adjustments. They locked it down. When Leonard started passing more, they made adjustments. They stopped the pass game out. They went 3rd and out 3 times. They got bailed out once with a good pass by Jacoby LeCook. But I mean, they have made adjustments and they're doing really well.
Well, to your point, LeCook comes in with basically 94% of the offense. So you look at the total yards, the touchdowns. LeCook has been the guy all season, and they did take away those running lanes for LeCook, but he ended up finding his receiver tonight, and I think that Zaylen Summers, the slot receiver, has had a big ball game.
He has, and that's kind of to mention the pass ability and the dynamic ability of Jacoby LeCook. I mean, they could not address the pass in this first quarter. But Scurry Rosser, again, they've proven that they can shut this down as well, whether it's pass or run.
Yeah, and to the credit of the coaches, when you're up in the booth, you got to make some adjustments. I thought that Chris Brown, the offensive coordinator, made some nice adjustments. LeCook was not getting those running lanes, so they opened up the passing attack. When they started to try to take away the passing, they ran the ball. They were very balanced on offense, and the defense now I think just has to find an answer how to get the Wildcats off the field.
That's right. They also just have to just keep on their assignments. This is a game where the linebackers have to be masterminds.
That's right.
Linebackers, they tend to have the stereotype of maybe not being the smartest ones in the room, but they have to know their assignments and execute them to flawless precision if they want to help their team in this game.
So as a defensive guy, you played, of course, nose as well when you were a Bulldog. Now, you got a great running back right now with the Wildcats. Williams is tearing up the field, arguably closer to that century mark in the first half. What do you do defensively to stop that running game?
What you have to do is you have to stay home. You cannot overcommit and take yourself out of the play. And I've seen some overcommit from the Scurry Rosser defense, but they have been able to clean that up as this game has progressed.
Yeah, and I think the numbers will, when Braz gives us numbers here in a moment, we're going to find that the running game is something that the Tigers are going to have to do.
I agree.
We're going to bring back your dad into this, and let's talk a little bit about the numbers at this point. I know that running attack with the Wildcats really is the only Achilles problem in this. If they can do something about that running game, I think this is probably an easy game in the second half.
Yeah, let's bring Stephen Braswell in here and do stats with Braz. If I can figure out where this goes. There you go. We'll slip that headset on you real quick, and you can give us some stats with Braz. I think you told me that Williams is already over 100 yards rushing in this first half, so that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, actually 114.
Wow.
6 rushes for 114 so far. But let's hit the team stats right quick. For the Leonard Tigers, team stat-wise, LeCook is 12 of 19 passing for 168 yards, and they've got 16 rushes for 69 yards so far, for a total of 237 in the first half. They've got 3 penalties so far for 30 yards and 13 first downs total for the Tigers.
You take away that turnover, because the only points in the ball game for the Wildcats was the first possession of the ball and the kickoff. The Wildcats jump on that, and that's the only points in the contest for the Wildcats.
Yeah, you're right. As far as Scurry Rosser, yeah, I mess that up all the time. But anyways, they're 0 for 5 on passing, and rushing, 23 rushes for 168 yards. They do have the 1 fumble that was lost, and they've got 2 penalties for 10 yards so far, 9 first downs, 168 yards total.
Malin Walker says we got to keep the linebackers honest in the second half. Stop the running game with Williams. I think you win the ball game.
That's right. I think Malin's very smart boy.
I agree. He's at Austin College, so that should tell you a little bit something right there.
Right there.
The only way I was going to get to Austin College is to put my name on the application. That was the only way I'd ever get to Austin College.
This is where the dad jumps in and says, "Hey, he's made the dean's list 2 times in a row."
What is the dean's list anyway?
I drive by Austin College every once in a while. As far as Leonard individual stats go, LeCook has 13 rushes for 63 yards, and he's got all 3 of the TDs. Summers, 1 rush for 5 yards, and Weimer, 1 rush for 2 yards. Passing-wise, LeCook is 12 of 18 for 168 with the 1 interception. Receiving-wise, Summers, 4 receptions, 72 yards. Kincaid, 2 for 52. Cass, 3 for 29, and Weimer, 3 for 15.
I mean, this is a very balanced attack. You see what they're doing on the ground, and when that gets taken away, much like what Malin was talking about, they try to take away the running attack, and they have found this receiver with Zaylen Summers having a big game.
Yeah, he is.
4 catches, 72 yards in the first half.
Yeah, he's broke a couple of big ones too. For the Wildcats, rushing-wise, you got Williams, 16 rushes, 114. Ferguson, 3 rushes, 36 yards, 1 TD, and he did have the 1 fumble that they've had. Peavy, 1 for 10 rushing, and Hutchins, 3 for 8. Passing-wise, I mentioned Hutchins 0 for 5. And receiving, well, since he's 0 for 5, guess what? No receiving.
Monty and I could not thrive in this offense. We have to see the ball in the air, receivers, and we're always open. And I'm still open at 63. Come on.
Always. Hey, even if somebody else scored, you come back to hey, I was open.
Why?
I was open.
Yeah, I was in the locker room getting water. I was wide open.
We're going to take a quick timeout. Thank you, Braz, for Stats with Braz. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the first half. We'll get ready for the second half, and we may have a little bit of the band we'll let you listen to. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you to stop by Circle Star Quick Lube or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at circlestarquicklubeandtire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube. At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers.
If your home or business could talk, what would it say? It may say it would like some privacy or security. Enjoy the beauty and durability of quality fencing from MTE Fence. MTE Fence is a local company specializing in commercial and residential fencing. MTE Fence ranges from wood, aluminum, and chain link fencing. MTE Fence services all of Grayson County and surrounding areas. Go to mtefence.com or call 903-686-9039 for an estimate. MTE Fence has a passion for connection. We are your connection for quality.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your How State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at mredinsurance.com.
Welcome back. Monty Walker along with Ed Meacham, Malin Walker, and Stephen Braswell. We are Studio 42. We thank you for listening. We're Leonard Tigers for a night. Or maybe two. Maybe next week. Maybe three. Hey, we'll keep rolling as long as they'll let us do it. Let's recap this first half for you. Leonard took the football first. However, they fumbled the opening kickoff. And Scurry Rosser took it over at the Leonard 24-yard line to start this game. So essentially, Scurry Rosser is going to start both halves with the football. And what they did on that opening possession is go 4 plays and 24 yards and punched it in on a 1-yard touchdown by Nash Ferguson to give the Wildcats a 7-0 early lead with 10:50 left to go in the first quarter. Leonard got the ball for the first time on offense at their own 36-yard line, and they drove 9 plays, 64 yards, and took their first lead of the night on a 1-yard touchdown by none other than Jacoby LeCook. And actually, no, they did not take their first lead of the night. They missed the extra point and still trailed 7-6 with 6:31 left to go in the first. Scurry Rosser came right back from their own 29-yard line and drove 8 plays but fumbled at the goal line, essentially, and it was Ferguson who fumbled the ball away, which gave Leonard the ball from their own 4-yard line. They drove 10 plays, 96 yards, and they, at that point, took their first lead of the night on a 9-yard touchdown run by LeCook, and on a 2-point conversion, made it 14-7 with 11:03 left to go in the second quarter. Scurry Rosser got it at their own 31-yard line and went 4 and out. Gave it back to Leonard at the 9:19 mark in the second quarter from the Scurry Rosser 44-yard line. It took them 5 plays to go that distance and scored on a LeCook 4-yard touchdown that made it 20-7. Tried a 2-point conversion on a little toss to Zaylen Summers, but Scurry Rosser had it sniffed out, and that left Leonard with a lead of 20-7 with 6:31 left to go in the first half. Scurry Rosser took it at their own 48-yard line, turned it over on downs again, as really in the second part of the first quarter and first part of the second quarter, Leonard's defense looked really good. Leonard took the ball at their own 32-yard line, drove 6 plays down to the 36-yard line, but was intercepted by Case Kilgore of Scurry Rosser, which gave them the ball at their own 47-yard line with 1:18 left to go before the half. They drove 9 plays, got down where they thought we had a touchdown pass from Hutchins to Caleb Peavy in the end zone, but the official looking right at it said no, incomplete. So they attempted a 34-yard field goal by Gavin Willis that just fell short and left us with what is our halftime score of 20-7 here at Wilkerson Standard Stadium in Rockwall, Texas, Ed Meacham.
A great first half by the Tigers. I thought they really had a nice, well-balanced attack offensively. They dished up plenty of run and pass. LeCook, of course, is being LeCook. Comes into the ball game with 38 touchdowns. He adds 3 more in this contest. Where I think I'm mostly impressed is Zaylen Summers is having a big day. In this contest, he's got 4 receptions for 72 yards. He's almost eclipsing the 1,000-yard reception for the season. He needs 57 more yards to break that number, and it's a big number for receivers.
That's a huge number for receivers in 3A Division II high school football for sure. Now, let's talk about LeCook a little bit. You and I did a season back in 2008. We covered a lot of the Sherman Bearcats, the Denison Yellow Jackets. We even did a game in Durant that one night.
I remember Darren, a guy named Darren, right?
Darren Alves was amazing. Still pound for pound, the best football player I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
But talking about another quarterback that we saw a lot of that year was a young man named Jordan Taylor for Denison. And Jacoby LeCook, to me, is so similar to Jordan Taylor from those years past. The stature is nearly the same, the running ability, the passing ability. He even returns punts. He's like the 3A Division II version of Jordan Taylor back in the day.
Yeah, Jordan Taylor,
who ended up playing for the Broncos.
Right. I mean, Jordan Taylor has an amazing career. He goes on to play receiver at Rice, has an amazing career, gets drafted by the Broncos, catches touchdowns, from a guy named Peyton Manning, gets a Super Bowl ring. But you're right about that. LeCook reminds me a lot of that, not only in stature, but remember, Jordan Taylor, because of attrition, had to move to quarterback. He was a talented receiver, but the release point, the 12 o'clock, the classic 12 o'clock release on the ball, and what I noticed with LeCook, especially in their pregame warm-ups, I saw that quick release, and he's going to be a Saturday player.
Well, he's going to play for Harding, so he may end up being somewhere on the field. Safety, you don't know. I mean, they run the slot T.
Right, yeah, news alert, they don't throw the ball there in Searcy, Arkansas, by the way. I covered a lot of ball games having done Southeastern for many, many years, and we played Harding multiple times. And boy, they don't throw the ball. And you and I, again, would probably have never put our shoes on that field because as tight ends, we had to see the ball. Anyway, good football player, going to be a quality Saturday football player.
Yeah, he certainly is. And, I think Malin would like to see him maybe go to Austin College. I think that might do a little bit for their program.
It'd help the Roos. What do you think, Malin?
We certainly need him. We'll take anybody.
Can they be 60 years old and wear the number 81?
One play.
I'm pretty sure that happened.
Hey, Malin, one play and back to ICU I go.
Austin College had like a 62-year-old kicker.
What?
That's real. They had like the oldest NCAA college player.
Hey, by the way, before we get too far, we've got about 6.5 minutes before the second half kickoff. I did not, and did the Leonard Tiger Band play with the Scurry Rosser Band?
They did, yeah. That's unusual, and it was nice to see that camaraderie that they had both bands out on the field.
I wish I had seen that earlier. We may have potted that up. I kept looking for the Leonard Band because we were going to bring you some of that, but they were out there with Scurry Rosser, so they're exiting the field, so sorry about that. Now we know for next week, if there is a next week, we'll try to keep our eyes out for that. Second half. Before we get to the second half, I want to thank Jeremy LeCook, the father of Jacoby LeCook. Reached out to him and said, hey, our season's over, and how you guys don't have a broadcast. If you want a broadcast, let me know. We would be interested in becoming Leonard Tigers for a week or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. So, he got to talking to some people, talked to the superintendent, and talked to Coach Dozier, and they gave the green light. So we'd like to thank all of them, especially Circle Star Quick Lube, who stepped up early and said, we will make sure that you're there. So a big shout out to Circle Star Quick Lube and Leonard and those guys. Also 360 Broadband, who we reached out to, and they said we'd like to support the Leonard Tigers as well. So big round of applause for those two businesses to step up for your Leonard Tigers. Second half, Ed Meacham, let's talk about that. Scurry Rosser is going to get the football first. They're going to try to, I'm sure, keep it in the hands of Williams and march down the field and try to get this game a little bit closer.
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple if you're the Tigers. What you need to do in the second half, and Malin touched on it, is that the ball right now is gone to the running back Williams, who has 114 yards on 16 carries. I think the linebackers in the second half with the Tigers have got to pay attention. Estelle and Damesworth have got to come up and just stay home. It's got to be watch those lanes, okay, gap, watch the gaps and try to let that defensive front take those offensive linemen out of the play and come up and make plays in those gaps.
I was listening. I didn't have my headphones on at the half. Did I hear that the linebackers have to become masterminds?
They do. That's the responsibility that they're going to have to take. And even then, they're second stringers. They have a lot they have to put on their shoulders in order to win this ball game.
Yeah. And that's a big point right there. Those aren't your two interior starting linebackers that you started the season with. Both are out with injuries. And they have Joseph Howell back there, a freshman who made an outstanding play somewhere about the latter part of the first quarter, I believe. And you've got a freshman playing a huge football game, and you're dumping that freshman at linebacker. How much confidence does Justin Dozier have in that kid?
Well, how about coming of age? Just a freshman getting those reps right now becomes so valuable in the years to come with that linebacker.
So there's one injured player apparently that is being helped back over to the Scurry Rosser bench, and that's a big loss if he's not able to play, and that's Colton Smith, the 6'4" senior, starting right tackle. And he's also the starting defensive end on defense. That is a massive loss if he's not able to get back in this football game.
Yeah, you take out that senior leadership, and right now there's not a whole lot of answers on the defensive side of the ball, and you lose arguably one of your playmakers on both sides of the ball. That's going to cause a problem for the Wildcats.
Scurry Rosser comes back out on the field, and they run through their tunnel. Leonard still going through their calisthenics in the end zone. Again, thanks to Circle Star Quick Lube for the sponsorship tonight of this broadcast. Also 360 Broadband in Leonard, Texas. And we have about 2 minutes, 15 seconds or so before the second half kickoff. What do you expect on this first drive, Ed Meacham?
Well, I don't know that Wildcats really change a whole lot. They've run the ball very effectively. The offensive line have done a very good job in reestablishing the line of scrimmage. But now you got to say to yourself, without your left tackle, what happens to that offensive line with that missing piece? But they're running the ball well. They didn't throw the ball very well in the first half.
We're going to have Malin watch the left side of the offensive line for Scurry Rosser and see who comes in at that left tackle or right tackle position to replace Colton Smith, who was helped across the field here before the half. Leonard is just about ready to run through their tunnel, and Scurry Rosser's already lined up for kickoff.
Well, and Malin was talking about the first half that Leonard, the Tigers, ran off the field to get to the locker room. Quite the opposite, taking your time. Are they setting a posture?
I think so. What I also want to talk about is that this is the most important drive that Scurry Rosser is about to do. This is your chance to climb back and not turn the ball over and make this score turn even more detrimental.
So it'll be Peavy back to return this kick. He'll be deep. And also back there is Landon Draper. And I believe Case Kilgore is the other up man. Leonard now is making their way on the field and doing the kicking again with the injured Daniel Estelo. It'll be Trenton Faust, the sophomore, doing the kicking chores for the Leonard Tigers.
I would not expect this ball to go anywhere past the 30-yard line, more of a directional kick without your kickoff guy in the contest.
It's been more of a squib. It's been squib kicks, really, from Faust, and this one is a low line drive kick, going to be taken at the 32-yard line. Coming down the sideline, trying to pick and choose a hole, and finally knocked down hard at the 42-yard line. On the return was Drew Justice for the Wildcats, and they'll be moving right to left to start the second half, trailing Leonard 20-7.
Yeah, you'd like your kickoff unit to pin the opponent inside their 20, but without the kicking presence that you have with the Tigers with that injury, it sets the Wildcats up past the 40-yard line, gives them a little bit shorter field to work with in this first possession.
They'll start from their own 42. And this is none other than a handoff to Williams, who barrels through a defender on his way for a first down run, starting the second half with a 12-yard run to the 46-yard line.
I think the glaring difference here is the offensive line gets off the snap so quickly that they're able to get to the linebacker level and allows Williams to pick up 10-plus yards.
A Leonard Tiger is down on the ground and is not real happy. It's a defensive lineman, and I'm unable to see exactly who it is, but holding the what appears to be the right leg.
I think this could be Reynolds. I'm not sure. Can't really see the jersey, but look at that first carry of the ball game. Williams has 114 on 16 carries in the first half. He picks up 12. Almost 130 yards already in the second half, just begun.
The injured Tiger appears to be Samuel Narin.
Oh, it's Narin, yeah.
And now he takes off on a jog, so for a moment he had it looked like he was going to be helped off the field, and then he just kind of turned and started jogging. Hutchins is going to keep it himself over left guard, bounces it out, spins out of a tackle. That's Peavy, actually, who took the direct snap, and he goes nowhere. Forward progress will take him to the 47-yard line, which will be a yard loss, I believe.
Guess who's on the play? In on the play. Does it all. The Cook.
Of course.
Why not? Bo Jackson. Can do it all, man. Impressed with this young kid. Going to be a good college football player.
Second down and 11. As Hutchins comes out in the gun with Williams to his left. Hutchins, handoff Williams, right guard, breaks through and falls forward for a pretty good gain up to the 40-yard line, a gain of 7.
Difference with this running back Williams is that he runs to daylight, and even though he didn't, we got another injured Tiger player on the field, but Williams just a hard runner.
This is a loss you can't afford for sure. This is Kincaid, who's had an amazing first half. Blaze Kincaid, the strong safety, and he's now being helped off the turf.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
But he appears to be walking okay. Has both hands on his face mask. Now left hand on his face mask, and he's rolling his neck around. So maybe he just got, hit a little awkwardly, and hopefully he'll be back pretty soon. 3rd down and 4 coming up for Scurry Rosser, moving right to left. Again, Hutchins wants it, handoff Williams again, and he's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Does fall forward for a couple of yards, wrapped up by the freshman Joseph Howell. And it'll now be 4th down and 2 in decision time. I don't think it's much of a decision here.
I don't think so. This is playoff football. Look, you know, if you don't win, you go home. And so why not for a very short 2 yards?
4th and 2. Big play right here for Scurry Rosser. Hutchins in the gun. Snap back, handoff. Williams left side. Fighting for it. He may have, he's going to be very close. He may have it. Scurry Rosser says he has it, and so do the officials. They move the sticks. Right at the 36-yard line.
Well, you got to like this kid Williams, Monty. Just very tough. Grinds it out. He was hit initially in the backfield, and he gets another 2 or 3 yards carrying a couple of blue jerseys on his back. Wheels his way to the first down.
He's 5'10", but he's got to be right at 200 pounds.
Well, his thighs are 5'10".
Yeah. First down and 10, right to left goes Scurry Rosser. Peavy in the gun, throws it out right side, intercepted. A flag is down, but Kincaid, who came back in the game, picked it off. Let's see what the flag's about. The officials are huddling.
I think we're going to get a pass interference against the Tigers. Let's see what the indication is on the field. If it stands, it's intercepted Tiger ball. If not, it's going to be a hold, and it is against the Tigers.
So that'll be 15?
Should be. I think it's a 15 variety, but it negates the interception and allows the Wildcats to move the ball inside nearly to the 25-yard line.
They'll spot it at the 26. As it appeared for a moment, the Tigers were going to be headed the other way. There's 9:30 on the clock in quarter number 3. Hutchins handoff Williams. Initially up the middle, cut it right a little bit, maybe a yard, maybe.
You know, the one thing I'm impressed about, again, I think this William kid is really talented runner, but this isn't a running back looking for a soft place to land. He grinds out the yards, even after the initial contact. It's that yak yards, if you will, and every yard that he's getting, and if there's not a gaping hold, he's getting the 4 or 5 or 6 extra yards after the initial contact.
You're talking about grinding out the yards. He's also grinding out the clock. Here's Peavy going to run to the right. Cuts it up. 20. Flag down, and so is Peavy after a 10-yard gain. This may be a hold.
I think it's coming back. But again, well-designed play. And oh, by the way, who makes the great block on the edge? Williams.
Complimentary players. 8:47 on the clock here in the third, and Leonard has yet to touch the football.
I think this is coming back. I think it's a hold on the Wildcats, but we're waiting for the indication.
Looking at the defense, knowing that, or the offense rather, of Scurry Rosser, the right tackle we have yet to identify to see who has replaced Colton Smith.
That is number 58, Jake Seipert. He's been at right tackle this drive.
Okay.
They've ran it his way 3 times.
And he is a senior. Second down and 19 after the penalty. 2 men in the backfield. Hutchins wants to throw. Under pressure, throws it left, and it's incomplete. Intended for his wide receiver, Justice. And it'll be third down and 19.
Nice pressure off the edge. Alan Cass coming in from his outside linebacker position. And if the quarterback holds the ball for just another second, he gets hit, possibly forcing a turnover, but good pressure on the quarterback. Ball was thrown a little bit low to the intended receiver.
10th play of the drive for Scurry Rosser to open the second half. Hutchins fumbles the football, a scramble for it, and Leonard has recovered at the 40-yard line. Hutchins had the ball snapped back to him. He bobbled it a little bit. It hit the turf, and Leonard picked it up, and they're going the other way now.
Second turnover of this ball game. Leonard picks it up at about the 42, 43-yard line, but Curry having a nice sustained long drive in this first possession, coughs it up and gives the ball back to the Tigers.
So with 8:15 on the clock here in quarter number 3, Leonard up 20-7 will touch the ball for the first time in the second half.
Yeah, a lot of time of possession, and that's what you wanted to do if you're Scurry roster, because you want to keep that offense of the Tigers off the field. They turned the ball over, and now the Tigers have an opportunity on this first possession of the second half to go up by 3.
Empty back. Lacrosse, low snap, digs it out, throws it out left side. Foster makes the catch up to the 45. About an 8-yard gain, just shy of midfield.
Ball's out very quickly with LeCook. I like that quick release that he has, and very accurate passer. One errant pass in the first half, but I'm very impressed by the way that this young man throws the football.
Give him 6 yards as they spotted at the 46. Clock rolling at 7:50 in the third. Leonard in the lead, 20-7. Weimer in the backfield to the left side of LeCook and maybe a yard behind him. LeCook drops back 3 steps, throws the swing pass out to Weimer. Tried to make a cut on the far side and slid down in front of the defender. If he could have kept his feet, it would have been a first down and it probably about 10 more yards.
Probably running to the next zip code, I'm thinking, but I love the poise by LeCook. He sits back, he watches the D-line converge, and gets the ball out to his slot receiver. Well-designed play. LeCook got the ball out very nicely.
3rd down and 1. LeCook trying to do it himself, trying to turn the corner, and I think he has the first down. Right at midfield, he runs out of bounds. He was in jail initially as the right side of the defense collapsed the left side of the offense, but he was able to scoot around them and get around the edge, and I don't think they're
going to be short.
He's going to be short.
Yeah.
So it's 4th and 1.
Yeah, 4th and 1. I think this is a no-brainer. I don't think we're going to see a punt tonight. Just thought I'd toss that out there. I think they're going to go for it, even at the mid-stripe line, right at the 50 to get that first down.
So LeCook goes in the gun with Weimer to his left. Going to keep it himself. LeCook lowers his shoulders, runs behind his shoulder pads, and has the first down as he barely crosses the 50, which was needed.
You got it. Was hit just as he took the snap, but willed his way, leaned forward to the 49, picks up the first.
We talked about Gunner winning against Rice 84-7, also from District 7-3A. Blue Ridge won last night 59-6 over Blooming Grove. Here's LeCook wanting to throw left side, caught by Cass. Good for 4, maybe 5 yards, maybe 6 yards to the 44-yard line.
Keep an eye on Blue Ridge, Monty. I think they may surprise a lot of people in this playoff.
I think they're peaking at the right time.
Another good throw by LeCook. Again, the way that he gets the ball out to his receivers, and here's a guy that obviously is a student of the game. He knows where his receivers are. I have seen him check down a couple of them and gone to the second and perhaps the third receiver in the play.
LeCook looking right, throws, Summers makes the catch. He's got the 37-yard line, which is another first down.
5th catch on the evening for Summers, having a big night. Of course, he's the leading receiver in this offense. He comes into this contest with 57 receptions for 871, nearing that 1,000-yard mark. And, of course, those 5 receptions puts him over 60 for the season.
In the third quarter, Callisburg leads Cedar Hill 46-30. LeCook throwing deep ball down the side, and it's going to be incomplete. Summers made a diving attempt at about the 6-yard line, but it comes up empty, and it'll now be 2nd down and 10.
Good job by the corner, by the way, slowing up that route because Summers had his guy beat. They put a hand on him. I thought the ball was thrown perfectly. They just slowed the route up just a little bit where the ball was just out of the reach of Summers.
Did you hear that Callisburg?
I did
Cedar
hear that.
Hill. 46-30.
Whoa.
Callisburg in the third.
Oh, wow.
76 points. Flag down before this play can get underway. It's going to be a false start against Leonard on 2nd and 10, making it 2nd down and 15 with 5:38 left to go in the third. Leonard leads 20-7 here in Rockwall, Texas at Wilkerson Sanders Stadium.
A little sloppy. Now the 4th penalty in this contest for the Tigers. Got to clean it up. Everything's been procedures But just got to be a little bit more patient. You know, they do know the snap count. They got to hang in there. I just never been a big fan of the clap cadence, but it's used obviously at every level.
Well, you're old.
I am.
2nd down and 15. LeCook throws it, and it's going to be caught by Summers, I think.
Yeah, I think it touched the turf, but the Academy Award for Summers, no can do. That ball hit the turf, but it would have been a great catch. What a game he's having. I'm impressed with this kid.
3rd down and 15 for Leonard at the Scurry-Rosser 42-yard line. 5:31 remaining in the 3rd. Leonard leading 20-7. LeCook goes to the side, talks to Justin Dozier for a moment, comes back on the field. Now he sets up in the gun. Weimer to his right. 2 receivers to either side. LeCook rolls out right, one to throw down the field. Heaves it, and it's incomplete. He threw it a yard out of bounds, and it's 4th and 15.
Yeah, no-brainer. I think it's a good call. All the receivers were covered up. Summers was in that fly route, and nothing else on the out route with that receiver. Does the smart thing, throws it to the sidelines, and it looks like they're going to punt the ball here.
Yeah, you said earlier you're not going to see a punt in this football game.
I don't profess to be Nostradamus. We have one in the booth.
While they're lining up here, Malin, Scurry-Rosser is going to have a chance here to march it down the field.
Yes, I think you're just going to expect to see a bunch of more running this game.
LeCook's punt goes straight out of bounds.
Right off the Haselshank.
Not a great punt by any means by LeCook. He does everything else so well. If there's a weakness,
we found it.
They have finally found their kryptonite for Jacoby LeCook, and it's on the punt team.
Well, don't expect him to punt for the Bison.
Well,
okay, on Saturdays.
Hey, Leonard doesn't punt a lot. Okay,
they don't need to.
And that's not a bad weakness to have either.
Yeah,
it netted out about 7 yards on the punt, but that's okay. Sets up inside the 30. Second possession of the ball game in the second half for the Wildcats.
5:18 on the clock. Full house backfield. Hutchins wants to throw deep down the field, has him in, and is caught at the 48-yard line on the Leonard side of the field.
Caught him sleeping in the secondary. Again, that's the Cardinals sitting with D-backs. You get your eyes caught in the backfield, and you're not paying attention to your receiver. A wide-open receiver on the play.
Case Kilgore.
Kilgore on the reception. The big tight end comes up with the big play. About 25 on the game.
1st and 10 for Scurry-Rosser, moving right to left from our vantage point. 5:09 on the clock as it stopped as he went out of bounds on the catch. Handoff Williams again around the left tackle, being drugged down by 3 defenders, but he does gain 4, possibly 5 to the 43-yard line.
A little slow to get up. Hopefully Braz will give us some numbers. With this running back Williams, he's got to be somewhere about 130 or 40 yards already, and it's just the 3rd quarter.
2nd down and 5 after Williams runs around the left edge for 5 yards. He's going to check. Oh, he's going to check into a slot position as Ferguson moves in the backfield to the left side of Hutchinson. Ferguson's going to get the carry around the right side. Cuts, dances, spun down at the 41-yard line.
It's amazing how that this offense is so multitasking. They'll spread the field. They'll bring 3 running backs, almost looking like the old Veer. But this defense of the Tigers has had an answer every step of the way.
And that's Kincaid again on the tackle, but he's also down on the turf.
Braz, what do you got for me?
Okay, Mr. Williams has hit the 142 mark.
Unbelievable. In the 3rd quarter, probably about a 20 to 22 carries, I'm thinking. And again, the offense has really run through this running back who has had a magnificent ball game.
Yeah, he had 22 carries.
Oh, Ed, come on.
I don't know how we do it.
Stop it.
This old brain's working, Braz.
Stop it. 3rd down and 3. Hand off to Ferguson. 1st down. Drugged down by LeCook. And they'll move the sticks inside the 37-yard line.
Well, good news is the Wildcats are moving the ball. Bad news is that they're chewing up the clock. Just under 4 minutes now in the 3rd quarter. They got to start thinking about getting the ball downfield and getting some quick scoring strikes, but the aerial attack tonight just hasn't really been there for the Wildcats.
Ball at the 35 of Leonard as Scurry Rosser is on the march. 5th play of the drive. And Peavy is going to keep it around the right edge, trying to find a place to cut. He does. He's got about a 9-yard gain up to the 26-yard line.
Nice run. Yeah, well designed. You know, he gets to the edge and picks up a well-needed first down. Now bringing the ball inside the 30. Wildcats banging on the door for the Hizzo.
I'd like to know how many times LeCook has had more tackles than completed passes in a game, and he's got to be nearing that right now. Peavy on the direct snap keeps it, has the first down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line.
We got a flag. We got a flag on the plate. It goes right in that area in the interior where a hold is typical. Let's see what the officials give us.
And I think that is the call. And the officials will step it off. The officials for tonight are Shane Lawrence, the referee. The umpire is Timothy Witt. The head linesman, Tom Trotman. The line judge is Jarius Rashad Thomas. The back judge, Corey J. Posey. Field judge is Gage Gallopy. And the side judge is K. Dominique Collins. Here is around the edge, a new ball carrier to the 25-yard line, and I believe that was Case Kilgore on the carry, on the direct snap, I believe.
A little gadget play. It looked like the old, well, back in the day, they used to call it the whirly bird. So the quarterback basically spins out of that, fakes the handoff up the gap, and then gives the ball to the other running back. You see that bone. You should know that, but the Barry days, come on, that wishbone.
Love me some Barry Switzer.
I know you do.
Here's a toss left side, fighting for yardage. This time in the backfield was Justice, and he'll gain several yards up to the 19-yard line.
I think if you're the Wildcats, you stay with that triple option threat, because this is a very difficult to defend that offense, because you've got 3 different options, basically 4 options with your quarterback when you run that triple set.
Now this is trouble.
Yep. Oh boy. Oh boy.
The freshman linebacker Joseph Howell, who is already a backup linebacker in here due to 2 of the interior backers being injured, and he is slow to get up, but he does get up. That's not Howell.
Is that BB?
That is not BB. That is, I think, Tate Martin.
Yeah, hard from our vantage point. Again, as you said, we're way up here in the booth.
I got my binocs.
Got it. Nice. I got my bifocals.
2nd down and 4, full house backfield. Hutchins, handoff, Williams, going to be close to a first down at the 14-yard line, and I believe he has it.
Yeah, I think so too. And again, if you're the Wildcats offense, right now you don't abandon the running game. If you're getting 4 or 5 yards a clip, why not continue with this offense until they can stop you? Right now, the Tigers can't stop the run.
Another full house backfield, another handoff to Williams, and another Kincaid tackle. This one after a gain of 1 by Williams.
And again, good news is that they're really moving the ball methodically. Bad news that they probably own the 3rd quarter as far as time of possession.
No question. Full house backfield again. Hutchins under center. Wants to throw over the middle in the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown.
Nice drawn play. You get single coverage.
Drake Manos makes the reception.
Yeah, linebacker does not get a hand on that receiver, so the corner now has the duty to pick up that slot receiver in a single coverage. The ball is thrown perfectly to the pylon, and the receiver comes down. We got a ball game.
We do have a ball game. 20-13 with 1:16 left to go in the 3rd.
And Monty, 1 possession in the 2nd half to this point for the Tigers.
The PAT is up. It looks good, and it is. And it's 20-14, our new score.
6-point ball game, but once again, I got to tip my hat to that coaching staff on the other sideline.
1:16 left to go in the third. 20-14, Leonard in the lead. We'll be right back.
Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you to stop by Circle Star Quick Lube or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at circlestarquicklubeandtire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube. At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers.
Your kickoff is going to go deep to Summers at the goal line. Coming up the hash to the 10 and knocked down at the 11, slung down at the 8, but they'll give him forward progress to the 11. And that's where Leonard will start their second possession of the second half.
I think, as you can see, Big Mo is creeping over to the other side of the field with the white jerseys. Right now, you know, turn that kick, you're setting up just at the 11-yard line. A little bit momentum for the Wildcat. You know, if you're a Tigers fan, you're kind of a little curious as to what you do. You got to have a drive here and put some points on the board.
Well, we never thought we would see this by Scurry Rosser walking off the field after the half and Leonard sprinting and skipping into the dressing room. But you're right, Big Mo has changed over to the white jerseys of Scurry Rosser. LeCook in the gun sends Weimer out of the backfield. LeCook's going to keep it up the middle. Fighting through tackles. He's off to the races. 35-40. Look out. He's to midfield. Makes a cut there. 40. Look out. 30. Down to the 25-20. 15 makes another cut. Oh, what a move. To the 5. Down at the 3-yard line. Jacoby LeCook.
Well, there's your answer.
84 yards.
I think the gas tank got a little empty around the 10, but how about that open field running, making great cuts in the open field, fooling the defenders, putting them in a blender, and he gets the ball down inside the 10.
86 yards officially for LeCook on that run. There's 42 seconds and rolling remaining in the third quarter, and all of a sudden, Big Mo got flushed down the toilet.
Hey, why not? 94% of the offense is run through LeCook. Why not give it to your playmaker? Big play in this ball game.
Leonard knocking on the door at the Scurry Rosser 3-yard line. Handoff to Weimer, left side, down at the 1.
Well, now if you're the Tigers, you just got to get that proverbial heel on the throat. Put the ball in the end zone. You've got maybe a yard and a half to pay dirt, and it will change the complexion.
That's the end of the third quarter. 20-14 our score as we enter quarter number 4 in Rockwall, Texas. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you to stop by Circle Star Quick Lube or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at circlestarquicklubeandtire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube. At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers.
Welcome back. We are now in quarter number 4. We have 12 minutes remaining and a difference of 6 points in this football game. But Leonard is knocking on the door at the 1 yard line of Scurry Rosser, now moving right to left from our vantage point, ready to punch this one in, Ed Beecham.
Well, and look at the difference here. The Wildcats really consumed the third quarter. Time of possession, before that big play, the Tigers had the ball once before this possession.
Snap back, handoff, Weimer, right side, he's in. It's touchdown time in Texas.
Now what becomes critical at this point is that you do have to get the PAT here. Look, it was only a 6-point contest. You've got to have the extra point here, or two, to make this interesting. If you miss this one again, you've opened the door for the Wildcats, who seem to have some of the momentum in this ball game.
3 plays, 89 yards on the drive for the Leonard Tigers, and it was 86 yards of it was on a LeCook run from the 11-yard line down to the 3. LeCook wants to throw on the 2-point conversion, has a man. Foster cannot make the catch on a low throw. He was wide open but could not haul it in. Our new score is 26. If I can make that work. 26-14 with 11:57 left to go in the game. We'll be right back.
At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers.
Malin, let's talk about this football game. It's what now is what have I got, 12-point game? So Leonard, I guess when they get the football back, at some point you're just going to have to start milking that clock.
That's right. I think what's also important to note is that the big momentum shift, Scurry Rosser got points on the board to get back into this game, and Leonard with that 86-yard run, in large part due to their offensive line, just drained the soul and motivation out of the Scurry Rosser team.
Well, Malin will always bring up that offensive line. Somebody's got to do it because they are the key to everything. The kick is going to be taken at the 21-yard line. Going all the way across the field is Draper before he's finally brought down at the 32-yard line.
Go back to that last possession. Cook in the first half has 63 yards rushing. Seems modest for him on 13 carries. Just with that big play, now over 150 yards rushing for the ball game and nearing the 200-yard mark with the aerial attack.
Malin nailed it right there. That Scurry Rosser had all the momentum and they could have had it for a long time, but Jacoby LeCook said, no, snuff that out immediately, and Leonard had the momentum right back. Here's a catch going to be made by Ferguson on the swing pass, knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line. And that's a gain of 7 as Scurry Rosser is moving left to right from our vantage point. 11:39 left to go in the football game. Clock is stopped momentarily as he went out of bounds.
Well, if you're the Wildcats now, you just have to find your way to the end zone to recapture some of what you did in that second half and to stay relevant in this contest. But you're right, one big play by the Tigers changes the complexion of this ball game.
They got a great spot, and here's a great play by Leonard to deny the first down. It was 2nd down and 1 from the 41. They gave Ferguson a beautiful spot, if you're a Scurry Rosser Wildcat fan, to the 41-yard line when he clearly stepped out at the 39.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And that play got snuffed out quick because as a receiver, you're taught to block when that ball's out there, and there was no blocking. 3 blue jerseys. Now we got a fumble.
The snap is back over the head of Hutchins, running for his life, breaks out of one tackle, back to the 20, 25, 30, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and actually gets back to the 35. So it'll be 4th down and what appears to be 7 after the big loss.
Yeah, the ball was just a bad snap by the center. It goes over the quarterback's head, back about 15 to 20 yards. But quarterback Hutchins does a really good job trying to get a lot of those yards back. But interesting call now. What do? It's playoff time. And it looks like the special teams is not anywhere near the field. They're going to go for this.
Down by 2 scores. You gotta do something here. 4th down and 6. Hutchins drops back 3 steps, looks right, fires right, incomplete, and Leonard will take over on downs at the Scurry Rosser 36-yard line.
Nice coverage, and again, this young man, Summers, has done it all. In on the coverage, and he's right on the hip of the receiver. Ball's flowing a little bit on the sidelines where the receiver really couldn't get it, but even if he had caught that ball, Summers right there on the play. You don't want to put this out in the universe, but that could be the death nail. Could be.
Of the Scurry Rosser Wildcats, turning it over on downs at their own 36-yard line, giving Leonard the football up by 2 scores. And great field position.
You know, I really do hope that some schools take a little bit harder look at Zaylen Summers. A little bit smaller stature-wise, but he plays like a giant on the field. I hope he gets an opportunity to play on Saturdays.
I tell you what, another one out there that impresses me so much is junior Blaze Kincaid, and I know he'll be back for another year. Here's LeCook going to run it up the middle. And he'll gain 4 or 5 yards up to the 33-yard line.
I think the Tigers at this point said, hey, you know what, guys, let's keep it on the ground. Just as I say that, Malin, you know it's coming in the air. But keep it on the ground now. You got just under 10 minutes to go in this contest. Don't be in a hurry. Let the play clock come on down. Get it under 5 seconds before you snap the ball.
They'll give LeCook 3 yards on that carry to the 33-yard line. 2nd down and 7, 9:43 and ticking here in the 4th quarter. They're going to snap it right about 7 seconds on the play clock. LeCook's going to keep it around the right edge, does make a cut right past the right tackle to the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and what appears to be 4.
Well, if you continue this pace, you know, from the time the ball is down to the snap to the carry, you've got another minute that you're going to peel off the game clock. And why not take your time, force your opponent to perhaps take a timeout that they don't want to burn.
3rd down and 4, 9:08, and they are taking their time here. Looking for an updated score, 62-30 Callisburg over Cedar Hill TLC Tigers.
Wow.
So here's LeCook going to take it, and he's going to maybe get a yard to the 29, setting up a 4th down. So it's a clean sweep of districts. Should Leonard be able to hang on here?
Good showing.
It would be a clean sweep of District 7 3A over 8 3A. Division 2.
Got to lift your heads up in that district. Come on, Bulldogs. Counting on you next season. Let's go.
The Howell Bulldogs should be much improved a year from now.
I love the coach. I love, the enthusiasm he's bringing now to the school.
LeCook rolls out left, throws on the run. Going to be caught at the 25-yard line. Down the sideline goes Foster inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Nice grab. Again, obviously we're radio guys, but if you're seeing this and listening to it, how about the receiver in Foster? He catches the ball with his hands, guys, not into the body. Uses those hands, brings it in nicely, tucks it, makes sure he gets the reception, and picks up a 1st down inside the 10 now, knocking on the door.
Picks up the 1st down on 4th down, a 21-yard gain to the 8-yard line. 7:50 on the clock, and if Leonard punches it in here, are you calling ball game, Nostradamus?
I don't think you can call any ball game, but, it's pretty safe to say given any circumstances.
Here's a fake to Summers on the reverse. LeCook's going to keep it left side, dancing to the 3. He's in the end zone. It's touchdown time in Texas. That could be the nail in the coffin for the Leonard Tigers as they lead 32-14 over Scurry Rosser.
4th touchdown in this contest for LeCook. No surprise. He only had 38 of them in the regular season. Now throw on 4 more. What a ball game for him, and I think you're just about right. But like man said, hey, you get a turnover. You never know. But with this type of lead, 32-14, with just over 7 minutes, maybe so. We might be able to mail this one in.
On for the kick is Summers, and it's blocked going the other way to the 40, to the 50. He's not going to be caught as all the way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. I think it's Peavy. Is there a flag? There's a flag down at the 4.
Yeah, everybody stopped. Who knows what this is going to be? I think the official is making an indication to the clock operator. Let's see what the call is on the field.
Boy,
hold the press.
Peavy just ran 96 yards, and it could be all for naught, and it appears it is going to be all for naught because everybody's coming back.
I'd look for an Uber and get back on the other side.
As now he starts sprinting, he's going to go off to the side.
Oh, boy.
And he'll check out. Another Wildcat will check in.
Did not see the indication there.
This will not be Summers for the PAT. This will be Faust, the sophomore, and he will bang it right on through. 33-14, our new score. In Rockwall, Texas, Leonard appears to have a clean sweep over District 8-3A as all the others have won as well. We'll be right back.
Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you to stop by Circle Star Quick Lube or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at CircleStarQuickLubeandTire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube. At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers.
Faust ready to kick this one away, and he does a low line drive kick, middle of the field, taken and dropped and picked back up. Still running to the middle of the field, 30, 40, breaks out, look out. One man to beat, and he jumps over Faust, but Faust takes him to his knees, and that's Williams on the return all the way back to the Leonard 45-yard line. And if he jumped over Faust and kept his feet, he would have been gone.
Hey, listen, Malin said it. You don't count anybody out in the contest. Look, if he hurdles this correctly, changes the game again.
Give Faust credit here as the kicker stayed at home.
What he's coached to do.
And he stood in the middle of the field. Now Williams tried to hurdle him, but he didn't hurdle him. He got him to the ground. Anyway, however you can do it, get him to the ground, and whether it's him tripping over your head or not, it doesn't matter.
Not Ronaldo Nehemiah? See, you would know that name.
I know
Nobody
that
else knows that name. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're digging.
Edwin Moses, we can go there.
We're digging way deep in the cooler for Ronaldo Nehemiah.
Oh, he had a little run with the 49ers, though, as a receiver.
He did.
Yeah. Got a paycheck.
So Scurry Rosser says we're not out of this thing. They return it back to the Leonard 45-yard line. There's still 7:17 left to go in eternity in a high school football playoff game. Hutchins will drop back in the gun and have Williams to his left. Williams does not have his mouthpiece in. And a quick slant out to the left side, a quick out, and it falls incomplete as Justice could not haul it in as it skipped to him about 3 yards short. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, you see the difference in both these quarterbacks. Obviously, LeCook being LeCook, but in this young quarterback, he just does not set his feet to get the ball to his intended receivers. Just a junior, so next year when he comes back, he'll be well seasoned for this Wildcat offense.
Snap back by Stewart, and on the run is Hutchins around the left side. Right there, a nice play defensively for the Leonard Tigers. And I think that is the outside linebacker, Lath Reynolds, who made the initial hit. Only 2 yards for Scurry Rosser.
You like to see 2, 3, 4 blue jerseys in on a tackle. Never really want to leave it up to one defender. Get your guys to pursue and in on tackles. 3 blue jerseys.
Williams in the backfield. Quick pass out to the right side. Going to be caught. 40. Close to a first down. Trying to spin out of a tackle, and he may not have the first down, although it looks like they're going to give him another left-footed spot right at the sticks, and they will give him the first down. And
the Wildcats right now got to have a little sense of urgency. Don't take your time. Call 2 plays in a huddle, and you got to look at the end zone.
Handoff Williams up the middle. A lot of running room to the right side. Barrels over a defender at the 25-yard line. A 10-yard run. They'll move the sticks again.
Gotta love it, man. You love that little ground and pound, little Rex Reed going here. I love this running back. He is a tough kid. Gonna be close to 200 yards on the evening on the ground.
Well, let's check with Braz in a moment after this play and see what we've got from Williams as he now checks out of the backfield, goes to a slot. Ferguson checks into the backfield. 5:52 left to go in the game. Scurry Rosser on the march, handoff Ferguson up the middle. A lot of running room, breaks through, look out to the 5, to the 3. He's over, I believe. No, Leonard has the football. Did he fumble at the goal line again?
Oh no.
Leonard has it
turned over.
Leonard has created another turnover inside the 5.
Second opportunity tonight where the Wildcats were knocking on the door, coughed the ball up in the red zone inside the 5-yard line. And again, 2 big monumental turnovers.
Both by Ferguson.
Looked like seemingly that he was in the end zone. Pater.
Yeah, that one just kind of shocks me. I mean, it looked like, it was kind of like the touchdown that we had from Peavy earlier, where you just knew it was a touchdown and the official said, no, it's incomplete. That one, we just knew it was a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then the official said, no, it's going the other way.
Unbelievable. Yeah, we had both of our hands were up looking at touchdown, but nope, turnover. Tigers get the ball at the 3.
LeCook's going to run it out of the end zone. Has a big seam. Look out. He's off to the races again. 25, 30, 35. Has to outrun 3 jerseys. 40 to midfield and slides down. He's out of gas.
You know, on the gas tank it said B for vapors. Nothing left in the tank. Does the smart move. He just takes, slides into second base, safe at second, but picks up about 50, maybe 60 on the play.
$49 to be exact.
That takes him over.
47, I guess, to be exact.
Takes him over 200 yards, I believe. We'll get a number from Braz in a minute here. I think he's over 200 for the night on the ground.
They're going to mark him down at the 50. I thought he got across to the 48, but it's where you start sliding. LeCook, handoff. Weimer, right side, trying to find the edge, looking for a block, can't get it, and he's thrown down at the 48-yard line. Had his knees cut out from underneath him by Peavy on the edge, and had he been able to get that block seal from the receiver on the far side, he could have made a cut, which would have sprung him for 10 or 15 yards, but he didn't get that block, and instead it's a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, sometimes if you just can't outrun the defender to the sideline, go ahead, just put your foot in the ground and try to make cut go north on the play. He probably picks up another 15 on it if he does so, but nonetheless, a couple yards on the play, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, Ed. He's got 209.
209. What a night. Oh, my goodness. There he goes again.
Kicking it up the middle. Might have gained a yard, or might have got back to the line of scrimmage, which was the 48-yard line on the Leonard side.
And Braz, what does he have through the air? In the first half, I know he had 168. He was 12.
He's at 211.
Oh, what a night.
211, 17 to 26.
Over 400 yards of total offense by LeCook. Amazing night.
3rd down and about 8 for Leonard. Ball was snapped back, but the officials blew it dead before we could get underway.
5th penalty with the Tigers tonight. Both teams have played a fairly clean ball game. The officials are calling it very nicely, letting them play. Not scrappy down there, not chippy at all, but both teams 5 penalties on the evening. Stoppage in play right now. Officials ready to wind this thing up, and there goes the game clock. And of course, the Tigers in no rush to get this snap off.
Ball at the 47-yard line. And this will be a quick pass over to Summers, and he's going to break free. 30, bye-bye. To the 10, to the 5. He strolls into the end zone. Touchdown time in Texas on a quick screen pass from LeCook over to Summers. And with 2:54, Leonard now leads 39-14.
Both these players deserve the MVPs of this ball game. Summers now, this is his 6th grab for the contest. It takes him well over the 1,000-yard mark for the season. What a ball game for him. And LeCook, oh ho hum, almost 500 total yards for that young man.
5 plays, 97 yards on the drive.
I guess we can ask Malin if this might be where the fat lady sings.
Faust on for the PAT. It's on the tee. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 40-14. Leonard now leads over Scurry Rosser. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you to stop by Circle Star Quick Lube or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at CircleStarQuickLubeandTire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube. At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers.
Welcome back. 40-14, our new score. And I didn't update the scoreboard earlier. Obviously, we're in the 4th quarter. My apologies. As the kickoff by Faust will be a bouncing, picked up finally by Draper, and he's hammered at the 22-yard line.
Got 5, 6, 7 blue jerseys making the tackle. But again, I just got to go back real quick, Monty. I mean, Summers, I keep gushing over this young man, but Summers, what a ball game. I don't have the officials' numbers yet, but I believe he's got 6 receptions on the evening at about 123 yards, the touchdown, but LeCook, 470 plus total yards tonight. Just what a performance.
And very impressive. We've seen him for 4 years as a quarterback in Leonard. And a snapback, screen pass out left side, going to be caught. And down immediately is the receiver Justice after about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, and it looks like the Wildcats aren't showing any sense of urgency with just a little over 2 minutes to go in this ball game. But they're going to have to go to the air, and they do on this play. They get the ball out to the receiver, Peavy, maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, you're right. Now, they do have a 3rd and 2 situation, but the clock is running out on the Scurry Rosser Wildcats 2025 season. Hutchins in the gun, hands off to Williams, and he'll trip over someone at the line of scrimmage. And it'll be short of the first down by about a yard, which brings up a 4th and 1, and this could very well be the end of the season for the Scurry Rosser Wildcats. They'll call a timeout with 1:58 left to go in this football game. I know Malin has made it his way down to the field. We'll check and see if that mic will even work. We're 30,000 feet above Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. Malin, can you hear us? And let's test that mic and see if it's working for you.
I don't know if I can really hear, but
Let's see. We can hear you at least a little bit.
Okay, we'll try. I cannot hear anything from y'all. Just being plain honest.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm getting through. I think.
Yeah, you are. We're hearing you.
Very choppy right now. I think I'm very choppy.
Well, 4th down and 1. Scurry Rosser and whistles before this one gets underway. It's going to be a false start, I believe, against Scurry Rosser. Ed.
I think so too. You got to love the fight in this running back Williams. He only got a yard on that last carry, but what a night he's had. He's got almost 150 total yards for him. He has been the offense for the Wildcats. A direct snap.
And I think that may be Peavy trying to fight out of tackles to get the first down, and now a late flag comes in.
A little chippy now. I mean, we're seeing a little stuff going out on the edge. And I didn't get a number on the defender, but let's see what the officials say. It might be a personal foul against the Tigers.
It was a first down run by Peavy.
We got a hold actually on the Wildcats. Seventh infraction on the Wildcats.
So let's see where they spot this thing. Still no official spot. Now they start moving the football.
Well officiated tonight, Mon.
It was.
I thought they really did a great job. The officials, they controlled the ball game, and the calls were very accurate. As we could see up here at 30,000 feet, air masks have popped out of the ceilings already.
Did your ears pop on the way up here?
Yeah, and it'll probably take a month before I can hear again. Wow, what a ball game. The Tigers avenged that loss a season ago in the second or semifinal. Was it the first round? Second round?
First round.
First round.
Minute 40 on the clock as it rolls. 4th down and a truckload. Here's a long heave down the left side by Hutchins, and that ball falls. Well, there's a flag down at the 40-yard line on the Leonard side.
Well, I think they're going to call the defender for face guarding. He had his hands up and his back turned from the offense. So let's see what the officials give us on this one. Could be pass interference.
It was intended for Draper, and I think this is going to end up with a new set of downs for Scurry Rosser, but there's a minute 31 left to go, trailing 40-14. Just prolonging the death sentence here.
I agree with you. I think it is going to go against Weimar. Let's see. They're moving the sticks towards the 50. Now they're bringing it back. Let's see what we get from the officials.
So a new set of downs. They'll spot it at the 32-yard line. Hutchins in the gun with $1:31 left to go. He wants to throw. Caught. And a first down catch from about 12 yards. On the reception was Case Kilgore. And the clock stops momentarily at 1:24 seconds. And then now they start winding it just shy of midfield at the 47-yard line. Snap back. Hutchins throw out right side. That's caught. Justice makes the catch, makes a move. Finally slammed down at the 38-yard line. 1:08 on the clock as it stops until they get the sticks set. Ball at the 38 on the Leonard side of the field. One receiver on each side. Hutchins wants to throw left side, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, which was Draper. And he's still down, slow to get up. Now he finally gets up off the turf. Clock stops after the incomplete pass at 52 seconds.
The thing about receivers is that you've got to be fearless. Don't have those alligator hands, but as soon as he lifted those arms, the defender right there to apply the hit, I think he was a little bit shooken up, but he is back on his feet and ready for the next play.
So if we're able to talk to Coach Dozier, we're definitely going to try, but again, we're having issues with our on-field mic. Hutchins wants to throw. He's going to be sacked and driven out of bounds.
Oh, nice
DJ
play.
Johnson drives him out.
Nice play. Comes up, and applies the hit. Is not fooled by any move in the open field by the quarterback. Makes a nice open field tackle. Clock continues to wind. Or did the Wildcats take I think it's their final timeout.
Malin, can you hear us now? Are you able to hear us at all?
Very, very, very spotty.
Okay.
Functionally, no.
Okay. Well, the good news is we can hear you, at least right there. If you can interview Coach Dozier right around the 40-yard line, that's right in front of us, and I think that's where we might have our best shot of getting that signal to go through. 45 seconds remaining in this football game. Leonard Tigers 40-14, and with the Callisburg, with that game, which was just not even a contest, it appears. 7-3A will
sweep, right?
Clean sweep. 8-3A. Callisburg 62-30 in the fourth quarter. Of course, with the 40-14 win here tonight, assuming that score holds up with 45 seconds, Gunner beat Rice 84-7, and Blue Ridge beat Blooming Grove 59-6. Here's Hutchins. That's actually Peavy running for his life around the left edge, trying to heave it down deep in the end zone, and it's going to short hop his receiver at the 3-yard line. And it'll be 4th down and 14 for the Scurry Rosser Wildcats with 36 remaining in their season.
You know, I just feel like we got to do the broadcast justice, like the matching our Gunner Tiger broadcast partners, that we got to talk about tacos or chicken or something.
Yeah, Tonka trucks.
Tonka trucks, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I will say a big thank you to the crew here at Rockwall Wilkerson Stadium.
Great hospitality.
Wilkerson Sanders Stadium, I should say. Yeah, great. I mean, we had some catfish, hush puppies, French fries. They really did it well for us. Back to pass, maybe the final play of the season. This one's going to be caught. Justice makes the catch, can't get the first down, and that's the end of the Scurry Rosser Wildcat season. And that means the Leonard Tigers will move on to the next round. With Holiday winning, or at least leading big, 50-22, it appears Holiday and Leonard will face up next week, next Thursday night in Denton at the Collins Athletic Complex. That's not official, but that appears to be where this thing is headed, but we'll get confirmation later on in the week, maybe even this evening. But Holiday and Leonard appear to be headed for a showdown next week.
Monty, thanks for bringing me out of retirement. You really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thank you,
well,
buddy.
you were retired officially, right?
Well, you know, it's been 3 years. I've had 18-year run. You and I had a really good, fun, great time broadcasting. One of my favorite broadcast partner ever.
Not one of.
Well, I mean, Monty and Monty Walker. But you have always been, we really have always had a really good, enjoyable time doing our broadcast together. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, you're getting choked up over it, Ed.
And we're going to give the pipes back to your wonderful color analyst next week. I will be tuning in.
That should be your final score. Leonard.
LeCook takes the knee, and that's it. Leonard, your Tigers are by-district champions 2025. Beating Scurry Rosser 40-14 in the first round here in Rockwall at Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. And we're going to try, no promises, but we're going to try and interview Justin Dozier here in a moment after. I'm sure he wants to talk to his team first. Malin's going to have to bring him way over almost to the track if it's going to work. As Ed may have lost a lung up here. We got to be careful these days. You're getting on up there in age.
I know. Oh my goodness, it's the peanut M&Ms. Oh, I hope my wife's not listening. I'll be in big trouble. Halloween's over with, so I'm not allowed candy. Only if I go to Rockwall, Texas, for a broadcast, I guess. Anyway,
Malin having a hard time even communicating with us or hearing us because of the interference in between, like I said, 30,000 feet. And some of our equipment, which usually works really great in these stadiums that don't have a track, such as Leonard Tiger Stadium, they're very difficult sometimes when you're up here. So our apologies, but we're going to do our best. Again, we want to thank Circle Star Quick Lube for sponsoring this broadcast. We'd like to do it again on Thursday. We have intentions, and there's the celebration from Leonard. The crowd at full throat here in Rockwall. They huddle together and they raise the gold football. Coach Dozier speaking with the team right now, and when he has a moment, we'll try to catch him after the celebration.
Well coached by the Tigers tonight. Very balanced offensively. I thought the defense made some adjustments. They had to get an answer for this running back in Micah Williams, who had an amazing night, but they were able to shut down the rest of that Wildcat offense. But the coaching staff did a great job tonight. Terrific game plan.
So Scurry Rosser's school song appears to be Old Lang Syne.
I think it is.
It's New Year's every day in Scurry Rosser.
How about that?
But in Leonard, Texas, it is by-district championship day.
What a ball game.
As they will turn around and face their crowd for their school song. If you're a Leonard Tiger, this is a big moment. The alumni go crazy. So the Leonard Tigers, your by-district champions 2025 with a 40-14 win over Scurry Rosser. And again, we will give some time for Justin Dozier to talk to his team, and hopefully we'll be able to interview him. Malin's going to interview him, I believe, regardless. We just don't know whether we'll be able to hear them or not. But we'll give it a valiant effort. And there's a team photo with the gold football taken just about in between the 45 and the 50-yard line.
Rumor has it you got 7 of those.
7 gold football. I was very fortunate. I played on a lot of good football teams in Howe, Texas.
You're an amazing player, number 42.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were.
I don't know about that.
I heard all the stories as soon as I hit the Grayson County line.
Okay.
I heard all about number 42.
Yeah,
going way back.
Okay. You're going to get all choked up again.
I know.
Those peanut M&Ms. I mean, we're going to ban those.
That's it.
Did they have those here in the press box? Is that where you got those?
Yeah, but I know that they don't have them at my house. I know that because my wife, Little Cotton Top, won't let me have them. We snuck them in tonight, and look what happened.
Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get. It's going to take us about an hour and a half to get home. And Leonard doesn't care about the drive home. It's going to be a happy one.
Sure is.
And now Malin's still on the track, as we'll give them plenty of time. This is a big moment for Justin Dozier and his football team. They're going to break out right now. Everybody puts their hands in the center and they break out. And we'll see what happens with our post-game interview if he can make it over. And Malin, you're going to have to drag him back to the track in order for it to work. I know you're walking out there towards him. But let's see, they are making contact now. Let's see. Let me get this thing potted up. And Malin and Coach Dozier are making their way towards the sideline. Let's see if it works.
All right, I'm here with Coach Dozier. Coach, first playoff winner of the year. It's got to feel good.
It was a great game. Our kids played a great, hard-fought football game for 4 quarters. Defense came up huge a few times, creating a some turnovers as they were getting close to the end zone. We had some big plays offensively. It was just a great team win, So very proud of our team, our coaches, and we get to do it another week. It's going to be a fun week.
Do we know where it's at?
You came into this game understaffed with linebackers. How do you address the run game on the opposing team coming into next week?
We just got to do the best with what we got. We moved a couple kids up from the JV just to give us some extra bodies. Actually, one of them actually started.
Yeah.
Jaden Bush. He played JV football all year long. Did a great job, but again, we got to do it every day at practice, and we got who we got, and I like our team.
Coach, the team started the game with the turnover but ended up winning the turnover battle. Talk about the motivation and determination it takes to win when it comes to adversity.
Yeah, you never want to start a game off like that. That was a gut punch. But you know what? These guys have faced some adversity throughout the year, and that's good to have sometimes in the regular season. And our district's one of the toughest districts in the state of Texas. And so, they were prepared for it. They've been through that before and didn't hang their head. We just kept fighting and came out on top.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you. Thank y'all for doing it. You have to do it again next week.
Yes, sir.
All right. That is Coach Dozier with Malin Walker there on the sidelines. I'm glad everything worked out. We were a little worried about our sideline mic down there, but it worked out very nicely. We've had worse situations than that for sure.
Hey, that worked pretty well.
Yeah, that was really. Yeah, now it's cutting out.
I know, just in time.
Worked out perfectly.
Good job, Malin.
Hey, Ed, what a football game we had tonight. The score doesn't look like the kind of game that we had. We had a really good football game.
We did. First half, it seemed like it could have bounced back and forth either way. Both teams scored 20. It was 20-7 at the first half, and it ends up being 20-7 again in the second half, with the final being 40-14. But I felt like in the second half, Scurry came out and they just were in sync in that first possession. They run the ball methodically, they score, and then all of a sudden, look, you got to look at it this way. Tigers only got the ball twice in the third quarter. That's it. If you don't have the big run by LeCook, things could be different. We could have a different conversation.
We definitely could be talking about a very different ending had LeCook not gone 86 yards to snuff out the momentum that Scurry Rosser had, because even though they were trailing at that point, they clearly had momentum at that time after the Hutchins to Manos touchdown.
Yeah, it's 2014.
20-14. It was a 6-point game, and you felt that they had full control and were going to possibly come back in this football game, and LeCook said, no.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
A big run and big scamper, 84, 85 yards on the play. When you get these numbers so inflated, but it was well earned when we get the final numbers on that. But this young man had over 450 yards of total offense that went through his hands. And again, Summers, we'll talk about that in a moment too when we go individual stuff, but Summers had the big game too in the receptions.
We're going to take a quick timeout and thank our sponsors, which are Circle Star Quick Lube and 360 Broadband. When we come back, we'll have stats with Braz. We'll see you in just a moment.
Is it time for an oil change? Just swing by Circle Star Quick Lube, located at 296 Northwest Highway 69 in Leonard, Texas. Circle Star Quick Lube can not only service your oil change needs, but also can help you with tires, alignments, and even full mechanic work. Local owners Robert and Peggy Damesworth invite you to stop by Circle Star Quick Lube or call them at 903-587-3600. Ask for Victor or Heath. Visit them on the web at CircleStarQuickLubeandTire.com. Also, stop by Circle Star on Monday evenings for Bible study at 6 p.m. Circle Star Quick Lube. At 360 Broadband, you can experience the 360 difference. It's high-speed network that spans both urban and rural areas, ensuring you stay connected no matter where you are. Whether streaming, working, or gaming, experience seamless connectivity with 360 Broadband. We're located right here on US 69 in Leonard, and you can call us with local 24/7 support at 855-328-5099. Experience unlimited data with a 30-day money-back guarantee. 360 Broadband proudly supports the Leonard Tigers.
Welcome back. Monty Walker along with Ed Meacham, Malin Walker, and Stephen Braswell. It's a 40-14 by-district championship win for the Leonard Tigers tonight over Scurry Rosser here in Rockwall, Texas. And I think we're just about ready for stats with Braz as we can start to wind up this broadcast in our post-game show. Mr. Braswell, go ahead and take it over.
Yes, sir. So team stat wise for the Leonard Tigers, LeCook was 18-29 passing for 264 yards. And rushing wise, it was 29 rushes for 215 yards. The Tigers ended up with 21 first downs. LeCook had the one interception that ended up not hurting him. The had 7 penalties for 65 yards, and they had a total of 480 yards for the game.
Nice.
The Wildcats were 10 of 20 passing for 97 yards. So if you remember, first half they were 0 for 5, so they kind of made up for it pretty good second half. They had to.
0 for 5 with 0 yards.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Rushing wise, 44 rushes for 237. They ended up with 22 first downs, so first downs were close, 22 and 21. They 5 for 47 penalties. They lost 3 fumbles, which hurt them big time. And they ended up with 334 yards rushing. I mean, total offense.
Total offense.
Yeah, total offense. As far as individual stats go, y'all have already talked about LeCook. He had a awesome game. 204 yards rushing out of 23 times. That's 8.9 yard average.
Well, 86-yarder will help your average.
That helps a lot, doesn't it? That helps a lot. Weimer had 4 for 7 with a touchdown. Oh, let me throw on LeCook, 4 touchdowns rushing. Summers 1 for 5 passing wise. LeCook was 18 of 27 for 264. So when you add it together, that's 468 yards. Yep, 468 yards total that he contributed. And he had 1 touchdown passing too. So he was responsible for 5 touchdowns.
Wow.
Receiving wise, you had Summers, 6 receptions, 144 yards, 1 touchdown.
Wow.
Awesome performance from him. Kincaid, 2 for 52. Foster, 2 for 27. Cass, 4 for 23. And Weimer, 4 for 18. From the Wildcat side, rushing wise, Williams, 26 rushes, 160 yards. Let me throw in also on him, he had 1 kickoff return for 43 yards. So he ended up with, sorry, I had it here, 203 yards total offense for him. Ferguson, 6 for 44 yards, 1 touchdown. He did have 2 fumbles. Peavy, 2 rushes, 19 yards. Kilgore, 1 for 6. Justice, 1 for 6. And Hutchins, 8 for 2 with 1 fumble also. I already mentioned passing wise, they were 10 for 20, but you had Peavy actually had 3 attempts in there too. He played quite a bit of quarterback in the second half.
He did.
Actually. And but they ended up with the passing, and as far as receiving goes, Kilgore 2 for 37, Justice 3 for 27, Ferguson 3 for 15, Manos 1 for 13 with the touchdown, and Peavy 1 for 5.
All right, Braz, thank you very much. Let's recap how this game happened. Leonard were to receive the football first and have the first possession. However, there was a fumble on the initial kick, and Scurry Rosser recovered at the 24-yard line of Leonard. And they went 4 plays, 24 yards, and scored right out of the chute to take the first lead of this football game. They scored on a 1-yard touchdown by that was Nash Ferguson. And then with the 7-0 lead, Leonard took the football first at the 10:44 mark at their own 36-yard line. They drove 9 plays, 64 yards, and scored on a 1-yard run by LeCook. It was his first of 4 touchdowns on the ground tonight. And the extra point was missed, so Scurry Rosser held on to a 7-6 lead with 6:31 left to go in the first. The Wildcats got the ball at their own 28. They drove all the way to the 1-yard line and fumbled. Ferguson fumbled there, the first of 2 fumbles inside the 5 for that young man. And that gave the ball back to Leonard at their own 4 with 2:55 left to go in the first. Leonard went on a 10-play, 96-yard drive. And LeCook punched it in from 9 yards out. They had a botched a botched extra point, and LeCook ended up finding Summers in the end zone for a 2-point conversion. And that made the score 14-7 Leonard with 11:03 left to go in the second quarter. Scurry Rosser could not do anything with the football when they got it back. They went 4 and out. Leonard got it at the Scurry Rosser 44-yard line. It took them 5 plays to score as LeCook again punched it over from the 4-yard line. That made it 20-7 with 6:31 left to go in the first half. Scurry Rosser turned the ball over on downs on their next possession. Leonard got it at their own 32, drove 6 plays, and LeCook was intercepted by Case Kilgore, which gave them the ball at their own 47-yard line with 1:18 remaining in the first half. They drove all the way down to the 16, weren't able to punch it in, tried a last-second 34-yard field goal by Willis, could not score on that, and our halftime score was 20-7. In the second half, Scurry Rosser got the football first, and they took it at their own 42-yard line, drove all the way to the 35, and Hutchins fumbled the football after a bad snap, or he wasn't able to hang on to it, and that gave Leonard the ball at their own 40. They drove 10 plays, took a lot of time off the clock, about 3 minutes off the clock, but they were forced to punt and gave it back to Scurry Rosser at their own 28-yard line. And then things started to change a little bit in this football game. In the second half of the third quarter rather, they drove 10 plays, 72 yards, punched it in on a 13-yard pass from Hutchins to Manos, and that brought us within a touchdown, 20-14 with 1:16 left to go in the third quarter. But Leonard answered quickly, and I mean quickly, right back on the first play from scrimmage. LeCook went 86 yards from his own 11-yard line down to the 3, and one play later it was Weimer who punched it in on the right side of the offensive line for a yard touchdown. That ended a 3-play 89-yard drive and gave Leonard a 26-14 advantage with 11:51 left to go in the game. Scurry Rosser's next possession ended on a turnover on downs after 4 plays. Leonard took it at the 10:17 mark at their own 36-yard line, or at the Scurry Rosser 36-yard line. They only needed 5 plays to score, and it was LeCook again, this time an 8-yarder, ended a 5-play 64-yard drive and gave Leonard a 33-14 lead with 7:28 left to go in the game. It looked like Scurry Rosser was going to score again as they took it at the 45-yard line after a great return by Williams. They went 5 plays and appeared to be going into the end zone on a Ferguson run, but he fumbled at the 1-yard line. And that gave Leonard the ball back. They marked it at the 3, and they went 5 plays 97 yards. And it was a 53-yard touchdown from LeCook to Summers to put the nail in the coffin for this bi-district championship. Scurry Rosser had another possession, but were unable to do anything with it. And it's a 40-14 win for Leonard here in Rockwall at Wilkerson Sanders Stadium.
Well, I have to tell you, LeCook lived up to the billing. You know, you told me in some of our production earlier in the week that this kid was amazing. Reminded you of the great Jordan Taylor from Denison, the Rice Owl, the Denver Bronco player. LeCook had an amazing night. I mean, 264 yards passing, which seems to be a little bit more yeoman, if you will, but he was 204 on the ground. How about this, Monty? 468 total yards of offense from LeCook.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
amazing.
And then you just dial up a little bit of the pass with Summer, who, you know, I was gushing over. I'm going to get his jersey. Okay, how about that? I love this kid. I love this
kid. The Randy
Slaughter
Slaughter jersey.
I'm trading jerseys out, okay? So, I mean,
who's the next number 8 coming through the pipeline in Leonard?
Exactly. But 6 receptions, 144 yards, the touchdown. You look at what both these kids did on the field, 612 total yards of offense with 2 players. That doesn't mean that there wasn't contribution everywhere. Weimer had a great game, too. And so everyone.
Alan Cass was big early in this game.
Cass had a game. I mean, good game. Kincaid had a good ball game. But it was just so obvious who the 2 stars of this ball game was, Raz.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. If Leonard continue to do what they did today with Summer and LeCook, I mean, he's going to do it. But they've got a really good chance to go pretty deep.
So, Malin, you want to pipe in here? We'll switch headphones with Braz there, and we'll get a final thought from Nostradamus Malin Walker, as I'm sure the players of the game will be the offensive line, perhaps, for Malin.
I would think so. I think they're the players of the game of every game.
Malin not eating pizza these days. He looks like a cross-country runner. He looks great.
No, I've been eating pizza all the time. I can assure you that.
I need your secrets.
Just being young. But
yeah, give us your final thoughts.
What I feel about this game is that you had a good outing, but you kind of need a better one. And you know, Scurry Rosser left a lot of points on the board. Scurry Rosser was a handoff, an incompletion, and a strip fumble away from 3 more touchdowns. That's lucky, and you're not going to get that a second time. The defense needs to address the run game. You let 160 yards by one person. You're not going to win a lot of ball games if that continues to happen. I know you're short-staffed, but I mean, you just need to find an answer for that. Offensive production was really well towards the end. Scurry Rosser they adjusted, and you know, I think a lot of teams are going to adjust better than what Scurry Rosser is going to do. But overall, I'm really impressed with the performance Leonard's had offensive and defensively. I think they've really shown out and proven that they're a playoff team.
Yeah, I agree, Malin. And my final thought for this evening, actually, Ed, you've got one more final thought before we sign off?
Oh, really none. But, you know, we wish the Tigers good luck and a good run in the playoffs. I'll be listening. I'll be in South Bend next week watching Jadarian Price for the Irish, the former Denison Yellow Jacket. But I will be listening. I am a Tiger until the end this season.
Well, if you cut me open, I bleed black and white, but I can throw some blue and gold in there, and I'm going to do that over the next couple of weeks and hopefully beyond that. My final thought for tonight is that the Leonard Tigers came out there. You knew what they were going to do. Scurry Rosser had no answer for Jacoby LeCook, as no one really has other than Gunner, and they have an answer for just about everything. But they knew exactly what was coming, and they weren't able to stop Jacoby LeCook, as he had over 400 yards passing and rushing tonight. So hats off to the Leonard Tigers for continuing to do what they do, and that is feed their horse. Sometimes you can overthink things when you get in the playoffs and try to do things that you don't normally do because you want to show something different. But hats off to Justin Dozier and his coaching staff. They they're going to come to the dance with who brought you, and that's Jacoby LeCook. And he certainly danced very well tonight. Also, he had some big help defensively from Blaze Kincaid, who had an outstanding game on defense. Also had a big game from the freshman linebacker, Joseph Howe, who we thought was very impressive, especially for being a freshman out on the football field. And Jaden Bush, the linebacker, who Coach Dozier mentioned was on JV all year. To start him in a playoff game was huge, and shows what kind of trust they have in that young man, and that's good to see for the Leonard Tigers' future, as well as those two young men probably have a bright future, especially on the defensive side of the ball for the Leonard Tigers. Next week, as we understand it, I don't have official word yet, but as I understand, it's going to be, it appears it's going to be Holiday. I don't have a final score, but they were up 50 to almost nothing. So it will be Holiday and Leonard next week, and it appears that it'll be Thursday at Collins Athletic Stadium in Denton. That's not official. We haven't got official word, so please check with Leonard ISD. Don't take my word for it. Check with them sometime over the weekend or on Monday. I'm sure they'll have all the information for you. Before we sign off, again, I want to thank our sponsors. I want to thank Jeremy LeCook, who set us up with our sponsors, which is Circle Star Quick Lube in Leonard and also 360 Broadband in Leonard. Without those two companies, and local companies at that, this broadcast would not have happened. So for everyone who's been a part of this one, including Ed Meacham, who I thought we synced pretty well together. It's been 16 years since you and I did a game, but I feel like
had a lot of fun.
I think we were in it pretty quickly. It's like 16 years was like 16 seconds.
Just toss the floaties off. Let's go.
So for Stephen Braswell, for Malin Walker, for Ed Meacham, I'm Monty Walker. So long, everybody.
You've been listening to Studio 42. The full replay of the game will be available within minutes on the same link on YouTube. Brought to you by
Circle Star Quick Lube of Leonard, 360 Broadband,
MTE Fence.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all. Are they?